Hello and welcome to episode 574 of the Awesome Comics Podcast, the place where the small press makes one hell of a big noise. My name is
574 already?
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a lot.
It's good, isn't it?
Well done, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks very much.
No worries, carry on, Vince.
I think you get an award for this is the most distracting intro of the show we've ever done. In 573 weeks, not once has our guest / joint host ever interrupted in such a dynamic way.
Dan's put him up to it.
Yeah. Dan Butcher is currently off moistening his lats. So we've flown in.
Is that what he told you guys?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
He told me he'd gone in for elective surgery.
Got another few inches off.
But this week we've flown in a collaborator of Dan's and friend of the show, whose credits include The Drycleaner, Kill the Bride, and Grim Scary Tales. Of course, you've already heard him. Welcome back to the show, Kieran Squires.
Hello.
Hey.
I mean, it's a smooth running show, isn't it, Tony Esmond?
It is. Thank you for introducing me.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm Vince Hunt. I'm not sure if I actually said that because during the intro,
too confusing.
It was just, it's a chaotic week. But
I got distracted. Tony keeps waving his little man at me.
It's true.
More of that soon. More of my little man soon.
Yeah, it's got a big cape. But it is
a helmet.
It is a Three Amigos show. Different amigo, but same energy.
Amigo. And someone who says amigo every day, so it actually plays nicely there.
Good point.
Yeah,
good
Buenos
point.
dias todos.
Yes, of course, Karen, because you're sunny España.
Sunny España, yeah.
Yeah. As you can tell by your accent.
You can tell.
Yeah.
A perfect Spanish accent.
Are you from the Wirral?
Mate. Oh, how to offend someone from Liverpool.
Bye, Kieran.
I know you and Ian Ashcroft have Wirral Liverpool conversations.
Oh, he's a proper wall in, man. Proper wall.
If you're listening, Ian, love you. Yes.
I got into one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life. I started one of the best fights that I never then got involved with, and everyone else smashed each other up once in a kebab shop in Liverpool. That was one of the best nights of my life. Yeah.
One of the best nights of your life was when you started a fight in a kebab shop.
I was in this kebab shop with a friend, and the man behind the counter, he was one of those blokes called everyone boss, one of those kind of characters.
Yeah,
Do you want to drink, boss?
Yeah.
And I went, the Mersey. Like that, and he says, "Yeah, funny mate, yeah. Anyway, what do you want to drink?" And I went, "Yeah, sorry, the Mersey." And he went, "Right, if you say that again, I'm going to climb over this counter and fucking duff you up." And I'm like, "That's not exactly his phrase." And I said, "Sorry, okay, I'm really sorry. I would like to drink, the Mersey," like that. And he fucking jumped over this counter. I sort of dodged a punch. He hit someone else, and then it fucking took off this massive fight. I've sort of walked out with a bag of chips with my friend, and we're eating chips just watching this massive fight
that you started.
That I actually started. Yeah.
Oh my God. God, I mean,
Harry Enfield has got a lot to live up to, I think, and I was helping him out there.
Are you literally like the grown-up version of Dennis the Menace?
Well, that's the bloke from The Boys, isn't it? Do you know that?
What do you mean?
Billy Butcher is the grown-up version of Dennis the Menace.
What do you mean?
He's got Nasher. He's got Nasher the dog. Look at him. He's Dennis Menace. That's my theory. I think that's been spoken about.
Hang on. The important part.
Theory, okay.
Yeah. The important part of that, you said it was such.
That's how you do it.
Absolutely.
I was believing that.
Yeah, I was like, what? Where have you
but
heard
I think
this?
someone said that. I think he might have even said it.
You said it.
Me, I've said it, obviously, so it's fucking facts. But I think Garth might have
Tony
even said
wearing
it.
his stripy jumper.
Yeah. But isn't he meant to be a grown-up version of Dennis the Menace? Isn't that a little bit of the inspiration behind it?
it wouldn't surprise me if there is influences in there.
Yeah. He lives on. Dennis, I know he's still alive in comics, but he lives on elsewhere.
Yeah.
I kind of like that he's the grown-up Dennis the Menace. I think it's great. Join the forces.
I mean, it's a bit worrying. Yeah, it's a bit worrying about what happens to Dennis later in life, though, isn't it? It's a bit grim. Anyway, welcome to the show, everyone. Whether you're a Beano fan or not,
Speaking of that, isn't it weird that Dennis the Menace and Dennis the Menace, the American one, were created within 2 weeks of each other by completely different people?
Yeah, and that weird. It's a lot of that going on in
Totally
there, like
weird.
Doom Patrol and X-Men. There's that sort of thing going, Man Thing and Swamp Thing, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens like that.
So they are. I mean, obviously, I don't know as much about the Dennis in the States as some of our lovely listeners. I remember the cartoon, and then of course there was a film adaptation in I think early 90s sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got Walter Matthau in it. Is that right?
Yeah, and Christopher Lloyd's in it as well.
Not one of his best films, Walter Matthau.
Yeah.
Taking of Pelham Parkway 1, 2, 3, over it is, and then or Dennis the Menace. I know which way I'm going, but yeah, The Odd Couple or Dennis the Menace. Yeah.
But were they
Charlie Varick or Dennis Menace? I'm going to keep saying Walter Matthau films.
Yeah. So forgive me for not knowing my Dennis lore. Is that true then that they were created completely separately? They had no
completely separate.
Because as a UK sort of comics reader or just cartoon enthusiast, etc., I always thought, oh, that was the American adapting the Dennis the Menace that we had, even though if you think about it, there's no dog. There's no there's nothing like that.
Looks very different, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally just random. It's just a random thing.
Okay.
Wow. I'm fully
maybe just Dennis, you're a menace is it's a sort of alliterative, isn't it? I guess in a way.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, cartoon strips and everything. The rhyming names were always.
Yeah.
People
Roger
love
the Dodger.
Yeah, people love all that, don't
Minnie
they?
the Minx. Yeah.
Tony the
Tiger.
Anyway, it's going to be a fun one this week. We've got a couple of interesting sort of subjects to talk about, and we'll do a bit of talk about some comic book characters. Well, of course we're going to talk about comics because that's what the show is. And there's of course going to be cool comics to recommend at the end of the show. But Tony and I have been out and about this very weekend, this weekend of the last weekend in June 2026. Tony, you're obviously off at the Comic Mart, which does that happen every 2 months for a season?
Ish. Depends. Sometimes every month, sometimes every 2 months. It used to be dead on first weekend of the month, but it sort of jumps about a bit now.
Yeah. Whereas obviously only recently I discovered there was one a bit closer to my neck of the woods in Newport, Kelly's Comic Fair in Newport, which I know Tony, you and Ian.
Yeah, we had a blast at that, man. Yeah.
So I kept an eye out for it, and I popped along to that this weekend and had a lot of fun and bought some comics. I mean, if you follow the Slack, the ACP Slack, there are pictures of comic halls. I love comic hall pictures, man.
Yeah.
Even if I don't know what the books are.
Are they still proper? When you go to the cons, is it still just long boxes and long boxes and long boxes?
This is the thing.
They sort of tweaked it toward con style setups.
It's a mix now.
Yeah, the one that I saw, because I didn't really, I've been to the London Comic Mart a couple of times, and of course with some of the smaller local ones, I didn't know what I was going to get, so I literally popped down the road, about an hour and a half drive for me, if that, and at the Mercure Hotel in Newport. So, and I just thought, part of that made me think, it's in a hotel. There's something comforting about a comic event at a hotel. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, okay, so there's going to be carpet, lovely. But I didn't. But like I say, comic events can vary so much, and you can't, no matter what a poster shows. And the poster for this event had Spider-Man, Superman. It had all of that on it. But there's also shows like comic-centric well, I say comic-centric shows, and it's just a load of tat and nonsense.
Yeah.
I was hoping for more of a Mart experience. So when I wandered in, and within the lobby of that hotel, there was one table set up, and it was just long boxes, just nothing but long boxes. And as I walked into the other rooms, and that's pretty much what it was. Lots of different comic book shops, and it was just loads of long. I was like, oh, brilliant! This is exactly what I wanted. There was a couple of sort of small press sort of indie people, a couple of small tables. So representing, which was good for them. And there was some sort of comic shops had other stuff there as well,
right?
But that was a 10% of their table. The rest of it was long boxes,
Long boxes.
And it was the different. You could tell, even though there were no real banners for any, apart from the cards you get from the shops, there's no real. It's not about the shop. It's about the comics and just selling the comics and stuff. You still kind of know what the shop is by the long boxes. Does that make sense? There was one massive stand, and the bags were a bit loose and ragged, and it was all a little more chaotic. There's weird random stuff, and I can tell that it was one of those stores that it's maybe not so much a comic book shop, but when people they get rid of all their comics and someone's just collecting them and then selling them on. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
I picked up a book from there, and it didn't have a price on it. I said, "Oh, how much for this one?" And he sort of looked at it and went, £3 for that one. I reckon he's one of those ones. I know I've mentioned this before, Tony. Like some people, if there's no price, they'll look it up, won't they?
Or look at you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, it was exactly it was what I wanted, but I had no plan or structure going into it. I had no, they're always treasure hunts, aren't they? They're always these wonderful things, and I've had a few experiences at comic marts, and for me, I think it's always better if you have an inkling of what you're looking for, like a particular title, a particular comic, or and I didn't see so much any sort of old British weeklies and stuff. They may have been tucked away, but that probably would have caught my eye. But I didn't have I'm not someone that has an uncanny X-Men run that I've got to fill holes in. I don't I don't have a Batman run that I need to fill holes in. And there's an awful lot of that stuff, all of these titles. So when I went in, I thought, okay, I'm not going to go in there to spend 400 quid on a book or anything like that. I'm just going to look for the weird, wonderful, just random stuff. So I'm looking for those boxes that are like £1 a comic, 6 for £5, that kind of thing. And rather than in those boxes you see a lot of image stuff from the mid-90s. Strikes, Bloods, a lot of Rob Liefeld stuff in there, as well as Stephen. From all I liked looking at that stuff because it takes me back. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I remember that one. But I was also just picking out stuff that I knew nothing about and just being like, okay, what is this? I'm just going to pick up a bargain. And I also, completely roll the dice. I was fully expecting a lot of it to be absolute tripe. Yeah. And I've been pleasantly surprised by a lot of it. And I haven't properly dug into reading them yet. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did, sorry, Tony, before we get into your comic mart adventure.
That's fine, mate. No, that's good.
I, as well as the pound box, when I was doing the pound box, there was a title that I found in the London comic marts. Tony, remember when I was talking about Street Fighter?
Oh yeah,
the Street Fighter comic, which isn't the video game. It's a comic that came out in the around 1990, called Street Fighter. It was like a 5-issue miniseries. And I didn't know there was also a one-shot, which is they've put the original on the title.
Ah, nice.
The original Street Fighter, because obviously
Alpha Comics.
This came out. This one-shot must have come out around the time where Street Fighter the video game was around 1993.
So that's not the same thing.
It's not. It's nothing to do with the video
game.
That
logo is very close.
Yeah, very like it, isn't it?
Yeah,
they're actually getting that bit of sales off the back of that, aren't they? For the reprint.
Yeah. I think the logo is different than what it was in the original series. So they're clear.
Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, just seeing this sort of, it's just one of those quirky. When sometimes you see a comic that no one's looking for, no one's out clamoring for, but you just get a little attached to it. I was like, oh, this is quite cool. I don't know why, I just quite like this.
What's the art like inside?
It's pretty good stuff. I mean, classic sort of.
Oh, black and white.
Yeah, black and white.
Who's it by?
Do you know what? If you look at that cover, I know it says Street Fighter on it, but the cover looks more like Maniac Cop.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The Wheelman.
Yeah. It's got something. Wow, it's like something I did on the Red Mask from Mars. It's got like a quote from the comic on the back as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the creative team on it though?
Oh God, this is where I'm not going. Ron Fortier and Gary Cato.
Okay.
There's a
God bless them.
There's a letter, a foreword sort of on the inside cover from Tony Isabella.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's quite a nice little.
I think Tony's got a different name now, but yeah. Formerly known as Tony. Yeah.
But yeah, and it's just I'm looking forward to reading that. So you never know these gems you're going to find. But I think other than that, I bought those ones. I thought, oh great, I'm looking forward to seeing what this scale look like. I didn't have any, and there's a little bit of a conundrum when you don't have a spreadsheet or a shopping list or something like that. I was thinking, okay, so what should I look? And I'm on a bit of a vintage comics tip at the moment, so I was looking at sort of genres and stuff like that. Maybe a couple of quid on like a really old issue. So I picked up an old issue of Black Hawk.
Yeah, that looked like a nice issue. That.
Yeah.
Have you got that there?
Yeah, I've got.
Who's the team on that one, man? I don't think I've got that issue, but I've got most of that run.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that cover. Ain't that great?
Yeah, and I was literally, it was one of those ones that sometimes at these marts, as we all know,
open it up, babes. Open it up.
The prices can be crazy. At these things.
So,
oh yeah. And if
there's some haggling to be done at a mart,
Yeah. God, it smells good.
Yeah, look at that. What's that, like 70 or something like that? Is it? That's not in bad nick.
It's number 214. Oh God.
What's the?
It's these sort of. Oh, you can tell it's old. It's got like stains around it as well. Number 214 from 1965.
Oh wow! Okay, much for me.
Yeah. And so literally, the cover sells it for me when it came to these sort of like, okay, really vintage comic. I don't know. I'd heard of Black Hawk. I'd heard of Black Hawk, and certainly when I picked up, like the guy at the shop said, "Oh, you looking for Black Hawk because there's more vintage. There's another one that's selling more." So I had a look, and all of the covers looked amazing. So I think this is
what number is it again?
214. Okay. What turns the Black Hawks into a team of traitors?
Oh, no.
With the classic, speech bubble on the cover.
Yeah.
Is that Aparo? I mean, it looks like Aparo, but I don't think it is. Surely not.
No, it's I can't remember his name now. There's no.
Oh, is it at least?
There's no wood in there, is there?
I'm trying to look for the credits now, but it's not. Wow, this is.
Yeah, sadly it's not. There's an issue that's 200. There's 42 quid on here. 11 quid.
Wow. I mean, some of them went up in price. This one's going to be worth essentially nothing because there's, it's got stains around the bottom of the page.
Yeah.
Well, I say it being worth nothing. It's going to give me.
Yeah, that's not the point.
It's brilliant, amazing entertainment that is. So I'm looking forward to it, and that, of course, which is the beginning of my journey.
It's Dick Dillon. Of course, it is.
Dick Dillon, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to find out more about that because this is the beginning of my journey into Black Hawk, which I didn't really know about.
They've done quite a few things about it on the Earth 2 pod. We've had some Black Hawk work on there.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got Combat Kelly and his Deadly Dozen.
Yeah.
This is one of those ones that in its tatty and stuff, but I was just another one of those.
Well, that's a cover.
That is a hell of a cover, isn't it?
Yeah. Who's that cover by?
That poor nun.
This Blast the Beasts and Children. Fucking what?
What number is that, dude, again?
That is, and this is a tatty cover. This is issue 7. Gary Friedrich, writer. Dick Ayers, the artist.
Yeah, nice.
John Tartaglione. Proper sort of like, I think a ragged group of Nazi soldiers take some hostages, and Combat Kelly and his Deadly Dozen have to get involved. But it's got this one's a bit ragged.
It's got grit. Is it grit on the back condition? Get prizes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And there's a bodybuilding course that I might, lovely. And the other one,
an anti-war issue, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it does say the War Mag for people who hate war.
There you go.
At the bottom, that's the thing is, I love that sort of chart. Those sort of things on the cover. That I was like, right, I need to read this. And the other one I got, which a Marvel Comics character that I don't know too much about. A Western character, the Two Gun Kid.
Yeah.
Which I thought looked quite interesting.
Is that a reprint? I'm not sure.
Well, this is issue 136, April. Originally presented in Two Gun Kid 93.
Yeah, a lot of those, they did some reprints on them, but still, it's readable. It's fun.
Reprints within the same series?
Yeah, it's not uncommon.
So
that's insane.
Yeah. Written by Stan Lee, illustrated by Dick Ayers, and lettered by Art Simic.
Artie Simic, yeah.
and that's the Purple Phantom Strikes. Bullets
Who's
can't
the cover
harm
by? I
him.
know didn't Gil Kane do some covers for that? It's,
Oh, I think it might be. There's a signature.
yeah,
there.
I'm saying yes. Gil Kane. Yep. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Gil Kane.
And that,
Oh, nice guess.
so,
Yeah.
so
You can tell from the
lovely guy.
horse, can't you? It's Gil Kane there.
And like
Yeah.
a lot of these things, I mean, that was £3. Do you know what I mean? There was a lot of these issues that can completely go up in price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for what I was doing, I was going, okay, I don't want to pay through the nose. I want to be introduced to something, but the cover's still got to draw me in. So like stuff like that. I mean, we'll put the covers on the Slack and the Substack and stuff. But yeah, it was just it just gave me a buzz getting things like that I just don't know anything about.
We've said this before, man. If you want to get cheap comics, everyone moans about the price of comics, including us, and they are far too expensive as new. You want cheap comics, go to a comic mart.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you were saying that
saying
cost
there,
you like
but
a score for that. Sorry.
Those covers there will tell you what's going to go on in the book, as opposed to modern comic where most of the time cover doesn't tell you anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, there's 59 covers, so you don't know which one the actual story is.
And most of them are instantly forgettable. Yeah.
Yeah. There's always stories straight on the cover, isn't there? Yeah, all the stuff I got, and I just by chance I found a volume 1 of Wolf and Batsy.
And that weird coincidence. Never see that in the wild, man.
Never see that in the wild, and that was like, it's a nice little volume, really. Like, look at that. It's sort of nice.
It is nice.
Yeah, and that was a couple of.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a US creator as well,
isn't he? US creator, Brian Boff or Bo.
Yeah. We must get him on one day.
Yeah. I'm working it. But yeah, this is it's clearly the original stuff, including like his retro.
I remember that. Yeah.
So I just thought, oh, brilliant! I can have a printed copy of the book on my shelf.
That's a favourite of yours, isn't it? So
yeah. So
that's a bit of destiny, isn't it?
And for all of that, it was I didn't even crack £20. I didn't even crack £20. Yeah.
And one of your comics was about crack.
Yeah, Crackbusters, which we did have a bit of a dialogue about before we started recording, and which was a bit of a bonus because I thought this is a thick issue 1, and when I took it out, there was two copies of issue 1 in it. So
isn't that cool?
Definitely a bonus.
Yeah,
we should have a competition for your Crackbusters.
Yeah.
Give one away.
He wants some crack.
2 for 1 on crack.
Yeah, 2 for 1 on crack, which is always a great deal.
Yeah.
So I just love it. I mean, it was also, talking of prices, Tony, it's always fascinating to see how people price books, isn't it? Dealers and stuff who are all, they're putting the work and they're doing the work, and, they obviously also have to mark up and down prices on the day of sometimes these marts, don't they? They have to think, right, okay, I'm going to change the price on this and stuff. And I'm looking through a long box, just doing a browse, and I see some Silver Surfer. There was so many issues that I stopped to just look at and go, what a beautiful cover, man. What a beautiful cover. And it was there was 2 copies of one of the early Silver Surfers. Was it 2 or 3? I think it was
the Buscema ones.
Yeah, I think it was issue 2, I think, right. And there was 2 copies, one after the other, just in a long box, which surprised me. And one of them, the first one I saw, was £200.
Oof.
Right, and I was like, blimey. I was surprised that was within all the others. Do you know what I mean? Rather than like, and then just behind it, there was another copy, which was in slightly better nick, for £399. But it's worth as much as you
buy
want.
them both.
Yeah, I bought both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's worth as much as you're willing to pay for it, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. What if? I may say, I personally am never going to pay that amount for a comic. But what if I was collecting Silver Surfer my whole life, and that issue was the only issue I needed to complete the run? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Something like that. There's always circumstances which, because I know, Tony, you've got many. You've got an app. So, speaking of which, switching over to the
money again.
The London Comic Mart, London Comic Mart. Has that app changed the way you shop?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
But the thing about London Comic Mart is
money.
I do save money by using it. Yeah. So
yeah.
Couple of collections.
Imagine
I
that.
Yeah, I know.
Well, he doesn't save it. He just puts the money on other comics.
Just buy something else.
Yeah.
So today was the London Comic Mart, as we talked about. It's a sort of semi-regular thing that for decades I've been going for decades, since I was a kid, in some form or other. And A lot of the same dealers. There's the odd small press. The people who have that new Deadline comic out, A1 Deadline thing that came out. Do you remember? They had a table. I
Oh
think.
yeah.
I didn't speak to them, but they were there. There's the thing is about the London Comic Mart now. It did get the scourge of Funko did affect it for a while. So I know sort of infamously Funko's on the decline again, isn't it now? They're not selling half as many. But every other one was half of it was Funko's. That's gone downhill massively now. That's good. So that's fucking been put aside. There's a lot of trading cards there. So there's one whole sort of wall
Oh yeah, that's
of trading cards.
That's gone up. Yeah, there was a stand that had trading cards and stuff there.
I've never really been a trading card guy, apart from in the 90s when I got a couple of folders.
Especially like as we know, Pokemon is that's a industry by itself. Do you know what I mean? That's
I don't know if they do Pokemon at that one, but it's more sort of here are the cards for Battlestar Galactica 80, or here are the Superman the movie trading cards, or here's the release of a certain line of Marvel cards, or it's that sort of thing. So you buy them in, they're almost complete sets. You can buy them in sort of sets and stuff. There's a lot of paper. There's quite a few paperbacks there. You can buy like dodgy 70s sci-fi or 50s horror or stuff like that. Most of them look like they're going to fall apart. I bought the odd book there. There's a lot of DVDs there you can still buy. You can get a lot of cheap DVDs. To be fair, if you wanted like a little bunch of physical media movies, it'd be good. There's a stall that does DVDs, and then it does books written by people who are in Doctor Who or Hammer Horror or Blake Seven and that sort of thing. A lot of sort of vintage movie mags and sort of cinema retro mags and that sort of thing. What's that one about special effects? It's a sort of landscape one. Cinefax, is it Cinefax?
Fantastic.
Might be that. Yeah, there's that sort of thing anyway at this stall. And then there's
I love being an old Fangoria. Fucking love an old Fangoria.
Yeah, I love old Fangoria. Yeah, Monsters of Movie Land, that sort of thing you get as well amongst the Hammer Horror magazines, House of Hammer, or whatever Des was calling it that particular week.
Well, here's a question I have for you, Tony, because I saw a couple of things. In some of the boxes, there was like Marvel magazines, as it were. Like Tomb of Dracula. There was a Tomb of Dracula one. Me and Ian were talking about it. And it was magazine format. It didn't have the cover that we all know from Tomb of Dracula. It had like a painting of a similar sort of pose, Dracula holding a female. But on the side there was pictures from movies and it had articles and stuff like that.
Okay.
It was Tomb of Dracula magazine. And I thought, is that just a reprint of the comic with articles and stuff?
I don't believe so. I've got a couple of those. I'm trying to remember. I think it was a sort of spin-off magazine size thing during that period where we had stuff like Deadly Hands of Kung Fu,
there was a Deadly Hands of Kung Fu one, and there was Conan ones, and Hulk. There was a lot of Hulk and Spider-Man ones.
Hulk. And then you also usually in those boxes you'll get a lot of stuff like some of the Marvel graphic novels that came out, post the death of Captain Marvel and the New Mutants one and Super Boxers and all this sort of thing. And then you'll also get amongst that, you'll get a lot of the black and white or coloured Marvel reprint titles. You'll get that as well. And then you'll get, if you're lucky, you'll get stuff like Daredevils, Marvel Superheroes, Blockbuster, those sort of reprint magazines. Captain Britain is another one. What there was, I was looking through today because I was trying to get some of the $6 Million Man covers for Mad Magazine. And also they had, what's it? The TV comic one. I forget. Looking. They also had quite a few look-ins and that. They have a lot of Treasury comics there. They just have random. Me and Eamon were both, and I know Simon does this as well when he's there, and Pete. So Pete Dory was there today. Giancarlo was there. Eamon was there. I got to see them all. It's funny actually because me and Pete both converged on this £1.50 long box sale, and I went, "Go on, Pete." And he's like, "No, I'm not." He says, "I'm not interested in West Coast Avengers. You can look at that." And I'm thinking, it's a bit like that. So you do have to sort of get in wait for a hole to appear and move into the long boxes like you used to in the old days.
Yeah.
So you get the magazine, but you also get the Treasury editions. So you get I saw 2001 today, the Conan Treasury, the Spider-Man Treasury, the Fantastic Four Treasuries, that sort of thing. The Bicentennial Captain America, which was Kirby inked by Barry Windsor Smith, which is quite an interesting book, one of my favourites. So Treasuries and that, but there's a range. And when you go in to the London Comic Mart, you can disappear off. There was 3 rooms this time. There's always one at the back now, and there was a stall selling original art. So I was having a look at some Odyssey Blaze art. There was some laser eraser art in there. There's some Perishers art in there. Yeah, and they have a lot of comics for £1 as well. There's loads of that, man. Loads of £1 comics there. And then, fortunately, right next to it is, if you go out and right, there's a cafe that does coffees and cake and all that shit. Go out and left, there's a pub. So it's the perfect environment for the comic collector. So me and Eamon always meet in this little cafe. I've met Pete in there loads of times before. Simon, Falpy, Cannon came with me last time. We all meet in this cafe, and then we all sort of go in. You can get in before 12 for £5, so 11 to 12 is a £5, and then after 12 is free. But we always pay to get in.
Yeah. The Newport one, it's 10:30 till 4, and it's free all day. They have like a raffle. Yeah. There's the next one. It's not going to be for a while. Last one of the year is 28th of November. So
nice.
So that's going to be cool. So perhaps we could do something around there.
Yeah. So I got a rucksack full of comics again. Yeah. I got a load of Jim Aparo, Brave and Bold. Just loved it.
Nice.
Just ones I hadn't from before. In quite good nick, actually. One of the stalls was having a sale where everything that was a £5 was £3. Everything that was £9 was £5. It was like that sort of thing. So I got that. I got some missing issues of Cars Are, 2 issues of that.
Yeah.
I got some Eddie Campbell stuff. I got some Comic News Media, Comic Times. That's so Fantasy Advertisers that I didn't have, which are fanzines. And I got a couple of Hammer of God, which is the Nexus spin-off miniseries. From first, I was missing I only had issue 1. I needed issue 2, 3, and 4. So I managed to get that. And then also, I'll save it for the shout-outs. I also got some stuff that I won in a raffle.
Hey, nice.
Yeah. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good day then.
Oh, mate, loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Here's a question for you. Obviously, that even if they're comics from early 60s or whatever, when I'm buying at a Mart, they're going to be open and they're going to be read, and because I am discovering all these. Even with you're filling gaps in your collection, and you sometimes have quite a substantial stack anyway. Are you still cracking open the majority of them to read? Do you still read all of them?
I read them all. I read them all. I'm very much what the issue is as to whether I put it in a bag or not. I'm not a great believer in sealing comics in a bag, because I tend not to reread the ones that are in bags.
Yeah.
But everything I buy, I'll read.
Yeah.
But if it's just some tatty old Eclipse, God bless Eclipse, Eclipse comic or something similar, I just won't bag it. I just enjoy it.
Yeah. I understand that a lot of people do love all that stuff. I've never understood slabbing. I just don't.
No, slabbing's completely different. Slabbing's for weirdos. Slabbing's are people who are looking to put their kids through college and never will. That's what slabbing's for.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, because I saw. I think it was the Mighty Thor when it was the female, the Jane. When that was
Jane Foster,
Jane Foster Thor, and that was slabbed at the show, and that was hundreds of pounds. Absolutely
madness.
Absolutely hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
And it was like 9.7 or something like that, whatever it was. Clearly they slabbed it as soon as it got printed, that kind of, whatever it was.
For sure.
But I just don't understand.
That's speculation now, isn't it? I assumed it was slabbed whenever the film came out because they thought the film was going to...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's
reality,
a great documentary
the only ones that hold are the first issues from 70 years ago.
Yeah. There's a great documentary on Prime. I think it's called Selling Superman or something, and it's about a guy.
Watch that.
Yeah, so it's actually quite moving. But there's a guy whose dad was clearly on the spectrum in some way. Nice fella, but just was obsessed with comic books. And he dies, and he's basically got like a vault with rooms in it, and they go into it, and it's like absolutely full of millions of pounds worth of comics.
Yeah.
And they sort of talk you through the slabbing procedures and that, and because they are like a special client, they got a special header on the
because the family don't know about it, so then they're looking, selling.
Yeah,
going through the
obviously they're left to the kids and everything, and he's trying to make money for his wife, his mum, and everything. But he gets given a sort of special header on the slabbing. You get the label at the top.
Yeah.
He gets given a special thing because it's a particular collection that people will then search for. And it's quite interesting in the way I've never.
And that's on Prime. Is that on Prime now? That
yeah, you have to pay for it. I paid for it.
Oh, is it a rental sort of thing?
Yeah, but it's lovely. Absolutely, the dude is the nicest dude, and he's having trouble selling it. When he gets his schoolmate in to do it with him, he don't really know about comics, but his schoolmate's a bit more nerdy than him. He's known him for years, so he trusts him and he gets him in, and basically it's a job. This dude pays, and then they find this little geezer who's like he's just like a funny little guy, and he's like a really nice little guy and real sort of comics nerd, and they give him a load to sell on consignment sort of thing, and is it called back car comics or something like that, hatchback comics or something like that, and I've seen him at a couple of cons, this little dude, and he's selling their comics for them. They give him the sort of the next rank down,
really,
Yeah.
and they give him and he goes away. I think he's quite famous for selling them out. You know, he opens the back hatch of his car and sells comics sometimes and stuff like that. This nice little kid, and it's just a really nice little documentary. Yeah, I recommend it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so overall, like a fucking another cracking. I love getting the train home as well. I always get the train home from Comic Mark, sitting on the train, reading through some comics.
And that's the thing is, it's not just getting them; it's also the experience of reading them afterwards, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
as soon as I got home, I mean, I drove home, but as soon as I got home, they came out of the bag, and I was looking through.
And you forget what you've bought at Comic Mark. Because you buy a big chunk of comics, you get home and you go, "Oh, I forgot I bought this.
Yeah.
Why did I buy this?" You know, it's like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Yeah. And sometimes you have the elation, and other times you're like, "Oh, this wasn't as good as it."
Yeah, like when you open it and it's reprints.
Yeah.
You know, there's a bit of that sometimes. Yeah,
or you can still sort of like be burned by the classic good cover.
always.
You can't see what the interiors are like. It's just, you know.
But there's loads. I would say it's half and half, bagged and unbagged at London Mart. Yeah.
Really, yeah. There's quite a few sort of unbagged. There was a couple of long boxes. I thought was quite a nice touch that they had the sections for all the different, you know, heroes or titles or whatever. But then they did have a section that just said number ones, issue ones.
Oh wow, nice.
Priced accordingly, because obviously they were the pricier ones. But I thought that was quite nice that they separated, because some people are looking for those, aren't they? You know, they're definitely looking for the number ones.
I've got to tell you about this one. This will get your ire up, because you go to one stall and they haven't priced them. They just put a colour dot on them, and I'm like looking around. How am I supposed to know how much these are? What are these?
And then is it like do they have a chart there with the different?
Yeah, but I couldn't see it. It was just lying down somewhere. And what it is, you know, the blue ones are £3, the red ones are £10 or something like that. And I'd forgotten that. I don't think it might be saying. Pete was saying to me about how annoying that was in the pub last time. And he's going, "Fuck's sake!" He said, "Oh, I can't be bothered with all that." I think he may have used the phrase "get in the sea" or something like that. Which to be fair, I totally agree with him on. And it's like, if you're going to bother to put little blue and red stickers on there, just put the fucking price on there. Yeah. Or put it in a box just that says £3 in this box. Yeah. You know?
Or make the sign very, very clear and have it there a couple of
everywhere.
times. Yeah.
So, because you look at, I'm a glasses wearer for reading, and I'm looking down. I'm having to fucking look around and find this like bit of card. That
the thing is, all you need is a sign that says it very clearly, and you clock it a couple of times, and then you think, right, blue ones are £3. So then you'll know. But
he's got like long boxes for £1. All these comics for £1. Just do that for £3 and do that for £5.
Yeah, I mean that involves a lot of work, doesn't it, Tony?
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. How much money do you think you would spend at a Mart, Kieran?
Far too much.
Yeah,
far too much. For me, it's like I wouldn't be buying like the £10 ones. I'd see £1 and go, "That's a bargain," and buy it. I wouldn't even care what it was.
Absolutely, like, you can read it, man.
I'm having that.
Yeah.
And then I spent millions.
As weird as it sounds,
retirement.
Yeah. As weird as it sounds, if I see Malibu in the top left corner, part of my heart is tugged. I'm like, oh, do I really need hard case?
The thing is,
firearm.
I love it. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm trying to return to the sort of the classic way of reading comics is reading an issue at a time. So I'll stick 6 random comics in my bag every morning on the way to work, have a coffee before work, and read these random comics. Yeah. And this sort of thing is the ideal way of doing that.
Yeah.
So it's like having to put a fucking one of these omnibuses in your bag so you can read like 84 issues of Captain America or something. I'll read an issue of Nexus, then I'll read an issue of Roachmill, and then it's like that. And I think that's perfect. Just it's lovely to do that. So it doesn't matter if you've got issue 23 of Hardcase or issue 15 of Blood Syndicate or something like that. It's just going to be fun to read.
Yeah. I think this is a lot about my reading at the moment, or what I'm into. Is with the long boxes, I'm not looking at anything that's younger than like 2 decades old. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's 20 years older. Do you know what I mean?
It's got to be that. It's got to be.
I think it's just become that. The 90s, sort of like early 2000s, and then early. I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why. I've just noticed that. It's just sort of like seems.
Don't tell Mark Wade. He'll be angry with you.
Well.
That's because after that is when the crossovers all go crazy and you don't even know what's going on.
Oh yeah, it's true. That's true.
When the events become shit. And
yeah. If you were at a Mart though, Kieran, what would you? I mean, I know you said.
What would be your ideal?
If you were looking
if I was
for
going to a Mart, I'd just be looking for Daredevil and Thor. Probably.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Fill in whatever's missing on the Daredevil. I mean, sort of my collection is the John Romita Jr. era, and then going back to the Frank Miller ones. So it's going to be anything around that are missing or before that.
So would you go back and buy a Gene Colan?
Yes.
Barry Smith?
But not necessarily because I want it.
Yeah, just because you need it for the
just
run.
to fill in the run.
Oh,
but I'm not in that. Not in that mentality anymore.
How much
but I know if I'm in there because I've got the same app as you have.
Yeah.
And when I went to New York, not 2 years ago, we went to about 5 different shops, and I had the app out, and I picked up like 6 or 7 Daredevils that were missing from the run.
Good. What would be the most you'd pay?
Oh, Jesus Christ. The other question is, when would the wife kill me?
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I don't know. Probably not that. I mean
20 quid?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Does the quality of the issue? Does the quality of the issue, like the spine and everything, that doesn't mean anything? It's just
this is the I sort of disagree with Tony when he says he doesn't put the things in the bag. I'd put them in the bag just to stop them getting further damaged. Because how many times you open the long box and they've all slid, and you're like, no, or like one's bent on the corners. You're like, no, that's the only reason I put them in the bag.
That is one thing. Pulling them out of your rucksack's another one that fucking does me occasionally. Gets a rip page or something.
Because sometimes they disintegrate, don't they? As soon as they touch air, it's sort of like the paper just absolutely goes.
Yeah, I've got the Death of Elektra one issue, and it's like the worst condition ever. It's like someone's restapled it on the side or something. But it's like, I'm never going to see that anywhere again. I didn't pay anything for it. It was like £2 or something like that.
You got the first appearance of Bullseye.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
But again, it's not like a mint condition or anything.
Yeah, mine's not either. Yeah, I didn't realise I had it till the other day. I was looking through it. Yeah.
And to be fair, I don't even know which ones of mine are full-on American prints, because I know a lot of my Daredevil runs got the pennies price tag on it.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine, man.
I don't know.
There's not
that
much
I'm valuing any of them, but I don't know.
No, there's not much
double
difference.
Printed them or not.
Yeah. What I've got there's tends to be 2 or 3 versions of each, even back then. Yeah. They're not really variants.
You have like the direct and the newsstand and all.
Yeah, some ones have American price, English price, but there's also this the thing with the ring advert in, and there's various sort of things in it. Yeah. So for my Master of Kung Fu collection, I've got pennies and cents issues. Yeah. So I've got both.
Or D on some of them.
Yeah. So it's interesting that versions you get jumping through the ages of bronze and silver and stuff. It's interesting, yeah. I know Sarah was telling me she was collecting comics from the month of her birth, which is quite a fun thing to do.
That's quite cool. I like the idea of something like that, like,
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. And the DC had that checkerboard at the top, but it has come and gone a little bit. It's there's been another little period of it, but yeah, that's quite a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I remember when I went
Apologies for giving away the month of her birthday.
The time I remember it was when I met you there, Tony, and I had a little spreadsheet, a little printed out thing.
Yeah. Oh,
and I was just thinking, well, what am I? Because I thought, what am I going to look for? And that was one that I wasn't necessarily looking for stuff, but I picked up some Eagles and stuff. But I went in there thinking, and I fucking love the Wrecking Crew, Marvel's Wrecking Crew. I've said it many times. So it was like, okay, I'm going to see if I can find issues with them in, and I got their debut, and I've got their stuff like that. Finding stuff like that is like, the 3 issues, because they do the classic bastard Marvel thing where this is the debut issue, this is the one they first appear on the last panel of the comic. So they're not really in the comic until the next one.
The Kirby Thor one is of the first appearance of who's the leader of the Wrecking Crew? I always forget his name. That's actually not that expensive to get. It's actually not too bad. Kirby Thors are cheaper, I find, generally than Thors, Kirby's. You know, which I'm trying to collect now. So
yeah, well, the thing is, the ones I got is I also bought some issues of Defenders for the first time.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. Talking about them in a minute.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Wrecker. That was it.
I know. They're called the Wrecker Crew.
Yeah, the Wrecker, Bulldozer, Pile Driver, and Thunderball.
Very good.
But speaking of characters...
Oh, we're going to move on.
Yeah, we could talk about Marts all fucking day.
Yeah,
and Kieran, I'd love to be with you at a Mart one day, my friend, going through some long boxes.
That would be good.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Do you know what's worse over here is I can go through the local shop here has loads of long boxes with back issues
nice.
But they have them bulked into like collections, so you have to pay like 40, 50 quid, even though they're all in Spanish. But I'm like, yeah, I've got that in English, but I might just get it in Spanish.
Oh, mate, tell me.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah. The good thing about going through a long box next to someone you know is you can pull stuff out and show it to them. Go, you got this. Didn't know this existed.
Yeah.
Somebody go, yeah, that's such.
Or just that classic, you pull something out and just say to your mate, look at that cover. Just to mark, because it's an art gallery as well. For me, it is an art gallery experience, isn't it? You're just looking through going, my God, this is amazing art.
Yeah.
Me and Ian had a moment like going back to the magazines, the Conan ones, Tony, you were talking about.
Oh, I love them.
The fucking covers on that, the painted covers on those Conan magazines.
Paperback covers.
Yeah.
Same with the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, they're the same. Yeah.
Yeah, just absolutely amazing stuff. So, if you're out there, listeners, young or old or whatever.
Excuse me to interrupt, but the ones for that painted covers is the Planet of the Apes magazines.
Really?
Oh, boy, they are lovely.
Really? Yeah. Take a moment, even if you're just going there to shop for some stuff, take a moment and just enjoy the artwork that there is an abundance of.
It's like I also think it's like a lesson in comics sometimes.
Yeah.
When you're going through it and you think, I didn't know they crossed over. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I can tell from where that's from. Oh, I know who the artist is on that. Yeah. You learn so much about the hobby just by leafing through a long box.
Yeah. And also, I think you learn and like you're influenced by stuff as well. I mean, I was talking about like the old comics and stuff. When someone say, they talk about comics and like, oh, you're just looking at the stuff you liked at when you were a kid and all, or whatever it was, or when you first discovered comics. I'm at a phase now where I wasn't even. I thought
1965. Even
I'm looking at stuff like wow, the vintage stuff and the way they tell stories and how much they can do and what they do from panel to panel and and I open up some of those issues and I tell you what, some of the writing is tight as fuck.
Oh yeah.
On those, there's no.
That's one of the reasons when I open it up and I think when I say these are for kids, like these aren't for kids. No kid. These pages are like 1,000 words on each page. It's like, how are they reading it? I picked up some of the old Transformers, like Transformers, like 21 or whatever it was. Open up and like, I never read this when I was a kid. I just flicked through it.
But did you? Maybe you did though. But the thing is, we were used to that language of reading with comics, weren't we? When we were kids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't think about it; it just becomes part of it.
That heightened emotion thing that they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as the later the 80s went on, then we went into the 90s, the word count bubble went way
massive.
down.
Yeah.
Well, the artists took over, didn't they? They can't really speak, can they? All right.
I'm not even going to correct him. Anyway, Tony. So we've got a couple of fun little questions, haven't we?
Yeah. So the first subject I sent out to you boys was a niche character who either got a very short run or deserves a much longer run or didn't get a run at all. Who would you like to see? Show us your workings out. Who would you like to see on a longer, nice, established run? Should we go with the guest first, Kieran?
Yeah.
Let's go with you first.
This was a hard question for me because my sensibilities have changed. When you say a longer run, I don't want to see a longer run anymore.
Okay.
I don't want to get tied into 500 issues of anything.
Right.
Because
fuck me, I won't make 500 issues, my friend. I'm almost 60.
That's what I mean. But if you get to issue 12 and it starts going downhill, I'm not reading it anymore, and you've lost your audience, and it's going to be a long time before that comes back. So I'd rather see it like a short story.
Okay, so historically, certain runs have been good for a long time.
Yes,
yeah,
I agree. Yeah. I agree with that. But if I'm going to read something now, I'd rather see it was like a contained story
Okay.
rather than me being tied into have to buy every issue like a collector.
I think that's quite
And
interesting.
then-
I think the idea of an entire run being quality for a long period of time, Tony, like you're talking like some of the older issues and the older series, and like we're getting into the hundreds or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you move on a certain period of time. You know, Garth Ennis stuff, Preacher, Punisher Max. You know, you're talking 60 issues. That's a good run. But now it feels like, you know, with like something like a Southern Bastards or something like that. You know, you're talking 30 issue runs. It seems like they're getting shorter.
It's becoming much more difficult to sustain for a number of reasons. Creators like to jump about. I think sometimes movie deals, sales. Different companies have different ways of working. There's a number of different
breaks
reasons.
now as well, don't they? They'll go away for like a year and then come back, and that never happened before.
Yeah, I perhaps can't continue that monthly grind in the way that someone like Jack or Sabasima or someone like that could.
Yes.
So it's different. I would say I don't concentrate so much on the writer or the artist, more just in a character that you'd like to see maybe explored a bit more for a longer period.
Yeah, which is kind of what I was thinking. I was in my head, I'm thinking it's sort of, I'd rather see it in like a Doctor Who format where if you give me the new Doctor and it's crap, I'm not tied into it for 20 years. I can wait for the next one.
Okay.
Give me the next story. Give me the next film, essentially. But anyway, the first character I jumped onto or thought of was Machine Man.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Oh,
yes. I bought his first appearance again today.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
He is one.
I am not a big Machine Man reader. I have not read Machine Man at all, and it basically comes down to having one comic when I was about 7 or 8 of Machine Man, and the cover was amazing.
Was it a solo run, or was he in a team?
No, it was a solo run. It's like his arms reaching out to the...
I know what you mean,
Ditko
though.
or Kirby? Sorry. Ditko or Kirby?
I have no idea. No idea. It's in a box back in my brother's house.
It's definitely...
somewhere.
I know what you mean, though, because Machine Man was one of those I don't have a history with, and yet it feels like it's locked in my brain because it was such a unique look that when I saw it as a kid, it just stays with you, doesn't it?
Well, when I read the book, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand the character. Maybe just because I was young or whatnot. But then FX was released, and he's the narrator for the whole story.
Oh, right.
And it's like, hang on a minute. This Machine Man's really, really, really interesting because it's like Data from Star Trek. He wants to be human, but he can't be human. And he's constantly fighting with himself to be human or understand humans, and knowing that he's a hero and he has to save humans. But why should he save humans? And that's what the whole thing was sort of got me really interested in him. And given the modern life we live now with AI and digital world and everything that's digital, I thought that would be the perfect character to have a longer run to comment on society as it is now, whilst he's still trying to be a hero, because that's how he was programmed by his creator, is to be the hero. But when you see everything that's going on, why should he be the hero? Kind of thing. So yeah, Machine Man was the first one that jumped into my head.
Oh, one of my favourite characters, man. One of the characters I used to draw as a kid. Yeah. So first appearance was 2001. Is it issue 8? I think issue 8 and 9, where I think he was called something like Mr. Machine, or I can't remember his name now.
Yeah.
And then he got his own Kirby series, and Kirby just sort of kept ramping up his abilities. And then Ditko took over, and he sort of depowered him a little bit. And there's the famous. He was at one point. He was with. There's an Alpha Flight issue and stuff like that, and that series just gold for me. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, such a lovely, clean design. Then Barry Windsor Smith did a mini-series with him, which is quite interesting. I think given today's better printing, it might be more successful now because it got a bit muddy in the detail with Barry Windsor Smith on that, but it was really great. Really interesting character. What's that Warren Ellis series he's in? He's in the
John
Warren...
Paul Leon version of him in FX, where he doesn't actually draw the figure. He has the outline of the figure, and you see like the endoskeleton on the inside rather than any human features, because he's a robot.
Because I know you're a fan of Leon,
John Paul Leon's amazing.
Yeah, he's so
God,
good.
what was that? When you said the Warren Ellis one, is that because I got a collection of it? I can't remember the name of it now. It was a bunch of like real haphazard heroes and stuff put together, wasn't it? And it was a real.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
It had attitude to it. It had a real. It was quite funny as well as being like really sort of cool. I remember.
Got these in the show notes, because if there's more for me to read, I'm gonna go find it.
Oh, this is a really good series. I think it's 12 issues, isn't it?
Yeah. What was it called? Oh God, Tony, what was it?
I'm looking it up.
Yeah. because I got the I'll tell you what. After this, I think I need to.
And in that, he doesn't really look. He sort of just has glasses and hair, doesn't he? He's not.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened there?
I feel like it's kind of an obvious name, but
yeah.
Oh, listeners screaming at their iPads there.
The one I had back when I was a kid was the purple suit with the gold eyes.
Right.
And then the extendable arms.
Vince, you look it up. My computer's seemingly frozen. I don't know what's going on.
Oh God, hang on. Talk amongst yourselves.
It's not Thunderbolts. It's not Thunderbolts.
It's another one. It's another one like that.
Yeah. Look it up on ChatGPT. Why do I?
Next
I
wave.
know that Next wave. Fuck off.
Next wave. Agents of Hate.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. That's really good, actually.
I kind of feel that, going back to Data there, I kind of feel that Data was heavily influenced by the Vision in the Avengers. I don't know if anyone has ever explored that, but that needs to be human.
Yeah. They call it a comedy comic book series if you look on Wikipedia. There's more going on. It's just the fact it's actually got. But Next Wave's really good, Kieran. You want?
Yeah, I need a hardback of that. I think. Yeah, you'll like it, man. It's funny.
And also drawn by Stuart Immonen.
Yeah.
So, and it's quite sort of satirical, isn't it? It's that kind of like got a real.
It goes over to like there's a lot of little camera bits and stuff like that, and Monica Rambeau's in it as well. I think.
Really quick. Yeah, I like it when they do quirky things like that. It's like when they did that Battle Royale.
Secret Foes. Was it Superior Foes of Spider-Man? There's all these sort of little things that were.
There's some of my favourite comics when they just take something that's a bit, put a couple of heroes that, in parentheses, no one cares about, and then put them in a series, and the series normally shines.
More of that coming up in a minute.
Yeah. I agree with Kieran.
You go next.
This was a tricky one. It was a tricky one because a lot of these. Sometimes I think about these heroes, and I think about people that I don't necessarily know too much about, and I'd like to know more about them, or I'd like to see them utilised in certain ways. And that's the whole point of this question: which one has been underutilised, or the amount of times that I've and my pick is part of the XMen sort of universe in their own way. But there's so many characters that I've had in the past. I loved Garrison Kane, who was in X-Force. A massive fan of that character. I used to draw him all the time, and he's just regulated to just a couple of panels in some thing now. It's almost like it was created. Someone cares about it. Other creators come on and they're like, nah, don't care about that. So, and so many characters suffer from that. I think that my pick is one of those characters that has been bounced about. I couldn't tell you. Alive, dead, whatever they are now. So I'm literally just going on, what I think could be, or an interesting idea for a title. So I basically went to Maverick from the XMen books.
Yeah.
Who I've always been a fan of anyway. Introduced during the Jim Lee run. He's got that absolutely awesome mask, which was sort of like, and he was immediately...
No upper lip.
Yeah.
No upper lip. That's what I always think about those masks.
Yeah. He had the red hair, didn't he? And his power, he could absorb energy. So if he fell out of a window, he could absorb the impact, so it wouldn't kill him. And
he was from the Weapon X program, wasn't he?
Yes, because he was also in the team with Wolverine and Sabretooth in that sort of what they did before, that sort of thing. So he had the history.
There's a bit of one Jose Rip. He's drawn him recently in one of the X titles quite well. Yeah.
And I know, when I, it's one of those ones that when I sort of you Google it and you look into it and then you read something and go, why have they done that? Why did they do that? do you know what I mean? That's sort of I like that.
Think about that. That gets me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like, right, why have you changed it? Please just explain to me why you changed it.
Yeah.
And I'll be happy. Explain it to me. I'll be happy.
Yeah. Sometimes these characters are really cool, but they don't have enough time being really cool until they're changed, don't they? It's sort of like, it's like a band that plays brilliant music and then okay, our first album's this and now we're going to be another band. It's like, what? Hey?
We're doing our folk album now.
Yeah. But if I, a Maverick title, because this also plays into, if it's something like that where you can explore the character. I mean, he's set up for Call of Duty fucking just a Black Ops fucking comic. Do you know what I mean? Doing the sort of military sort of, espionage, all of that. Doing something like that where you can both learn about the character. And when I say that, like properly do like a Black Ops sort of book.
All right, so he's not wearing his yellow outfit then.
Do you know what? I'd probably do. You know how they did the Uncanny X-Force and like, oh, Wolverine, he's darker in this, so he's not going to have yellow and blue. They all wear grey. So you can do the classic Marvel. Oh yeah, you know, you're still going to see the emblem and stuff like that, but he'll be more of a soldier.
Okay. And he need the pouches because he's got a significant amount
absolute
of pouches.
But if they're military, it's going to make sense because there'll be flak jackets and all kinds of stuff. Do you know what I mean? You know, you can do some interesting things and possibly even like build up a team, or you can create a little section of the universe. You know, and probably do like, you know, little mini series like that are just certain missions. Create like an SAS in the Marvel universe. Like bang, they're doing that, and they're doing that. You know, I'd like to see something like that that's handled quite... Because I love sometimes when spy books are done well in comics. They can be, you know, like especially like the Nick Fury adjacent stuff. What was that? Was that it wasn't Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What was the one I collected for a long time? There was a Nick Fury Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever. I can't remember.
Okay.
No, it was... But I love that sort of like... You've still got the big superhero action, but it's still, there's layers, there's politics and stuff like that, you know. And I think to use a character like that and actually use them how they were built, rather than let's just create them as just a throwaway in another series. I think it's a potential that was never really used, I think. And also you can have the, you know, just for the money shots. Oh, there's a flashback to Wolverine and Sabretooth. You've got Sabretooth built in for a guest appearance. You've got Wolverine built in for a guest appearance.
Yeah.
You can
I like comics with Sabretooth in. I enjoyed the recent one they did with him.
Yeah.
I don't mind him.
Yeah, exactly. You can do some really interesting stuff with that.
They just did a Sabretooth kind of crossed over with the Gangs of New York story. I kind of liked it. It's all right.
Yeah. I think sometimes when I'm talking about this, some people might think, oh, it's like Team 7 was in Image. Do you remember Team 7 in Image?
Yeah.
Where they had all the main characters, which was kind of a play on that, I think, probably. There was Deathblow and all that, and Grifter and all of that sort of stuff in it. So you could put that. I've always liked Maverick, and I'd like to see him actually do something of worth rather than just be there. And plus,
just looking at the designs and stuff, it looks like this was his prototype Grifter when he went over and did Wild Cats.
Completely.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, I created this and he's really cool. Can we do something cool with them?
Yeah.
It's almost like let's create a costume and then go, right, who was he?
Yeah. But he was always like, when you're a kid, sometimes you just go on the way they look, don't you? And they're like, that guy's cool.
Well, that's the point of it.
Yeah. So, so that's my pick. Maverick,
cool.
I think, which came out of the blue because when I was looking through these other ones, I was like, no, it doesn't feel right. What could it be? But I'm interested to see what yours would be, Tony.
Well, I had a number of choices, as you can expect. I was going to go, shall I go like deep dive and do Dragon Lord, the Ditko thing, one issue? Shall I do, I almost did Manhunter, the original male character. If you go to Earth 2 again, there's some great episodes about them. Almost did Wonder Man. But again, Wonder Man's got an ongoing at the moment again, so which I'm actually really enjoying. It's not amazing. Really? I'm just enjoying it. Yeah.
Nice.
And his Marvel premiere appearance was one of my favourite Marvel premieres, and that's an easy source to go to. Is the Marvel Caleb Hammer and Monarch Moonstalker and all these sort of people. There's that would have been an easy source to go to for this question. Karzar was another one I mentioned a minute ago. Had a number of series, never really took off. Brent Anderson did one, Val Merrick did one. Barons and Smith did one, back to him again. Sal did some stuff. An interesting character. When you look back at it, one of Marvel's earliest, because he was, I think he's almost one of the earliest characters, because he was originally a pulp character. He had one novel out. But instead, I went for a character who I just really liked, mostly because of his design, and also because he just became the human face of the team he was in, and that's Nighthawk, the 616 version, which is Carl Richmond, which is the action figure that I had here. Which I was showing you guys. Which is actually not a bad little action figure, actually.
Yeah, the action figure is exactly what that character looks like on a top trump card. Because I remember, the classic, was it the Marvel databases that they used to do where you just had a character sort of posed and they just stood there?
Yeah, it's very like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, historically, I mean, I really liked him. I liked his costume. I don't know what it was about the original costume where the wings sort of appear from under the eyes and sort of sweep off. Um, but he started off as a Batman piss take. In all honesty, he was in Squadron Sinister or Squadron Supreme. I think it's Squadron Sinister initially in the three-parter and Avengers '69. So going back some. He then was a villain in Daredevil '62. So you should know him, Kieran. He joins the Defenders in issues 13 to 14 in an effort to help him combat his old team. Now, if you know much about Squadron Sinister or Sinister Supreme, they're basically the JLA. So you've got Hyperion as the Superman character, Nighthawk is the Batman character, and Nighthawk is very much the son of wealthy parents. Mother dies when he's a kid. Later, he's told his father dies in a plane crash. He has a heart murmur and creates an alchemy serum. There goes a silver Bronze Age phrase for you there. That gives him enhanced strength at night. So that's how he becomes. Later on, the Grandmaster and Kang make them fight the Avengers, and it's one of those sort of storylines. You see, I kind of used to dig back then. But he's kind of a flawed character by the time he makes it to the Defenders. And you got to remember the Defenders at the time was Doctor Strange and the Hulk and the Silver Surfer and Valkyrie, but highly powered Asgardians and space, cosmic characters and all this sort of thing. And there's him, who's got the strength, I think, of 3 men at night, and he's got this sort of suit he's built that he can fly around in this sort of rather ridiculous cloak. But he becomes sort of quite anxiety and neurotic at different points within it for various reasons. He gets nicked for tax fraud at one point, and he's paralyzed in a wheelchair for some of the period. Then Ditko did a sort of solo. For those that are fucking shouting at there, I know that he had a 4-issue miniseries. I know, in the 90s, it wasn't very good, but he has never had like a prolonged run, and he became much more just than that Batman ripoff. And then there's various versions of him. Squadron Supreme in issue is Earth 712. Earth X, there was an old man who can see into the future. He got this sort of weird power at one point to see into the future. I know you just said you're an Earth X fan. Ultimate Marvel, he's leader of the Defenders. And Earth 31916, Marvel Max, which is the J. Michael Straczynski book, Supreme Power, if you ever looked at that. So he becomes much more of a sort of darker character in that. But just his own. I just used to love him in the Defenders, and he's come back in a couple of the Order, which is kind of Defenders by a different name. Later on,
that's when I've seen him, because he's in like some of the issues I got.
Yeah, and they did a sort of Squadron Supreme thing with the Avengers a few years ago, tried to make a go of it, and they got their own title, and in Battle World they had their own title and stuff. But the character that was in the Defenders, you got people like Steve Gerber writing him and stuff, and it's just Klaus Janson and Sal Buscema drawing him, and Giffen drew an issue, and it just like some really gorgeous stuff. And he's such a sort of bright, could only do it in comics kind of design. But they humanize him quite a lot, and they sort of present him in these like is it Elf with a gun? Is that the thing in Defenders where sort of this elf keeps appearing, and like Fall Killer and these sort of things in there, and it's just really interesting stuff. And he became a favourite character of mine through that series, and I think it's got enough legs to stick him into a series now. You could postmodern him, and you could, all these sort of modern storytelling tropes. He would fit into.
Peacemaker with him, similar to Peacemaker.
There could be, couldn't there?
Where it's more comedic angle, serious but comedic.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Peacemaker, the TV series. In all honesty, I think it's a bit too just for John Cena. So it's now written just so John Cena can do his comedy bits and stuff. But I didn't mind. I mean, the Peacemaker was always a sort of outrageous character. But yeah, you could have him like that. And he's given some extra powers later on by in a couple of series. If you can see from the action figure there, he's got claws. So he gets these sort of weird claws as well. And he gets little gun turrets on the end of on the peaks of his cloak, which is sort of his wings. So there's a little bit of Hawkman in there as well as Batman. But yeah, that's me. I'll stop ranting now. But yeah, my answer to that question is Nighthawk, the 616 version.
I mean, I think that's a trio of books I'd read. But just quickly, would there be any DC off the top of your head? We don't have to think too much about it. Any potential DC characters?
Yeah, Manhunter. Yeah,
Manhunter would be yours.
it would be a favourite of mine. Plastic Man, I always think deserves a better series than he's ever got.
Really?
Well, he's had a couple of good runs, but I think he could hold a comic together.
Yeah.
That recent one was good.
I think for me, it's like when I think about these things, it's thinking about the stuff that I liked when I was a kid, or like characters. I always think, oh, it's quite cool. Although I used to draw back in the day, and weirdly, Beast Boy. I was always I was a massive fan of Beast Boy, and because Teen Titans. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was the one that stood out to me. When you read a book and it's like that's the character I like.
Yeah.
Out of the team, Beast Boy was the one I thought you could probably do something with that. But I mean, I don't know what that character's been through over the years.
Jericho in the Teen Titans.
Yeah. What about you, Kieran?
I did have a think of Chopper from
2000 AD.
From 2000 AD. But then the more I thought about it, the more I thought I want to read more Chopper, but I don't, because the stuff that's already been done is so good.
It was enough.
I don't want you to give me something that's crap.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I tell you what, that's an ongoing issue with some comics these days when they bring back stuff and they just
too much.
Or not just comics, but just IP
just
in general.
It.
It's sort of like okay,
oversaturate.
Yeah.
I remember telling AJ Dungo, who did In Waves about surfing, all about Chopper, and he's like, "This sounds fucking amazing."
Song of the Surf is one of my top stories.
Beautiful.
It's so good.
Yeah, that was a good period, man, in 2000 AD.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, it was.
But, obviously, listeners, if you're on the Slack, keep the conversation going. Let us know which obscure, the more obscure, the better. Because that means...
You just opened that up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
People on the Slack know everything.
Yeah. But, there'll be some people who'll be like, this is obscure, and they'll say one that we all know. Come on, people.
Yeah,
come on.
We're not amateurs here. I was gonna go with one of the Web or the Comet or the Jaguar or something like that as well. The Red Circle Heroes.
Yeah. I mean, there's all these. There's so much untapped potential to a lot of characters.
Richard Dragon. There's a DC character I'd love.
Yeah. And most of the time, a lot of these characters are just when you do an exercise like this, it's an excuse to look up more about the characters and find out more about the characters, potentially read an issue that they're in and stuff. So
it's easy if you got the apps now. Just have to put the character in. You can read all about them.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're all about the apps now, aren't you, Tony?
I am. I'd love to hear more about Deadpool, maybe Lobo.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, Deadpool would be good. Yeah, I don't think we get enough Batman. Anyway,
do you know what came out of Batman? I don't even know why. When Ragman came out, and I'm like,
you're fucking.
The first one was okay, but the rest I followed.
Joe Kubert. Was it Joe Kubert in the first one?
Oh, what I love about that is you said it like that name was an insult to Kieran. You, Joe Kubert.
One of the.
He was just a bag of old washing.
No, there's.
We've all been that.
There's more. Oh, you hurt me. I bought the one of the Brave and the Bolds today. I bought was the Ragman one.
Nice.
Was it?
Yeah.
Answer me this, because here's a character that I've only it's been on my radar, and I'm thinking, Sleepwalker, Marvel Sleepwalker.
Yeah, I haven't read enough of him. I've read the first couple.
It looks. I mean, it's quite a mid-90s sort of character design, but I quite like that. I think it's
same
quite
sort
cool.
of period as lots of stuff like Darkhawk. I always think.
Had a really cool masthead for the comic as well.
Did you buy Night Stalkers 1 today, or was that in?
It was issue 2.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I've got issue 1 still in its bag with its trading card.
Let's put the kids through college again with that
one. But that was issue 1, as we all know, was part of the Spirits of Vengeance storyline. Yeah.
And a classic, Johnny Blaze with a shotgun.
And there was a classic, Johnny Blaze with a shotgun. And what I loved about it is there's a moment where Blade's fighting him. This was before Blade was Blade, of course. The modern Blade. Johnny Blaze is about to shoot him with a shotgun, and Blade fires a gun that's got tiny little wooden stakes that go into the barrel of the shotgun, so the shotgun sort of blasts Johnny Blaze back. It's fucking brilliant. It's absolutely fucking brilliant. I've forgotten the artist of it now, but yeah. Quality
that does
stuff.
kind of imply that you can kill a vampire with a matchstick. I'm not sure if that completely works. But...
You got to love comics like that, don't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, and then there was a follow-up query, wasn't there?
Yeah. So the follow-up question was a creator, writer, artist, right? Yeah, there you go. Who can, who everyone goes on about being good, but you just don't get.
Do you want me to be I'm potentially.
I'm going to be slightly. I think we may all be slightly controversial in this one. So I go first to save Kieran going on the attack with the creator first. My one is Simon Bisley.
Ooh.
So Simon Bisley.
I understand this.
I've read ABC Warriors, Slain, Lobo, Magazine, Hellblazer, Judgment on Gotham, blah blah blah. He's won an Eisner. Then again, a lot of people have. He's won Eagle Awards. Then again, a lot of people have. Not consistent enough for me in any way. I think his legend is perhaps better known than his work now. Me and Ian did an episode of NIA on Slain, and it got mentioned in Pat's book. He liked it so much about a Bisley story, but I just don't get him. I think he does a lot of album covers. Danzig, I think, is his favourite album cover sort of choice, and I think it works for that, and I think it works for Lobo covers. I'm not sure his sequentials are quite what I dig, and his delay on some comics is incredible. For example, that recent 2000 with Joe Pineapples and Rojaws, the first couple of issues were him, and then somebody else had to take over, and it was like 9 years in the making, I think. Don't get him. A lot of people love him. A lot of people dig him. I don't get him.
I get what you're saying. I mean,
That's the thing about stylistics. Yes, the style is.
The style, I don't get it. I think it looks probably good as an album cover or a t-shirt or an airbrushed image on the side of a van. But for comics, I don't get it enough.
Sorry, Kieran, I cut you off. Kieran.
I was going to say, outside of Judgment on Gotham and Slain, I've seen a lot of his other stuff as well, and it just didn't land with me. It wasn't the same. It's like I don't know whether he's not interested that much in doing it or what. I don't know, because they say he's always got the delays. If he's got delays, then he can't be fully committed to doing it.
Yeah,
I think
I don't know.
Yeah, and I think with art, this one is the easiest one to of the two to probably immediately find something, because it's so visual, and we've all had art styles. I mean, the classic one for me back in the day when I was reading comics when I was like 12, 14, 16 or whatever. It was an artist that when you're reading it with your mates and you just jokingly sort of go, "Oh God, that's awful." You have that sort of banter with your mates. And there was one, and I don't feel like this now, but around that time, I could not stand the work of Jay Lee. Couldn't stand it. Real dark, inky, jagged. There was the Wildstorm stuff he did as well. There's lots of stuff going on around that time, and I just thought, ugh, every time. And then years later, and he did the what's the Stephen King, the Dark Tower. And I looked at those and I thought, where the fuck has this bloke been? Do you know what I mean? Because it was a completely different style and evolved, and obviously, and his work, as we mentioned on the last episode, it's still evolving and changing.
But what you're doing there is you're saying you do get him. Who's the one you don't get? That's
I didn't get him then.
Yeah.
But I got, and I think as is
you've learned to appreciate.
Yeah, but I think I still won't appreciate the old stuff. I still won't like that style of old stuff. So it's I don't want to mention
Come on.
the one. Okay.
We're not saying they're bad. We're just saying
and I will say this, right? I need to lay this up before I say it. Okay.
He's going to make me angry.
I mean, it'll be like, yeah. It's not an artist. It's a writer.
Okay.
And I cannot say they're bad.
Tony Esmond.
Sorry. It's my favourite. Obviously, classics out the wazoo. Widely. Obviously a pillar, a titan.
Oh, please don't say Stan.
But for me, I have never connected, and the way I'm choosing this because I haven't connected with the work. It's not so much that I don't.
Yeah, that's the question.
Alan Moore.
Oh. Yeah.
Now.
Less and less so recently for me. Well, he hasn't done the comics for a while.
Yeah, and he doesn't like them anymore.
He literally says that. Yeah.
Now, just to clarify, I mean, when you don't like something, but you can, it's like, oh, I get it, but I don't connect with it.
Yeah.
And certainly Moore's done such a breadth of work that you could love his work on Supreme, but not necessarily like Neonomicon. And there's all these different things. But for me, it was I kept going into it, and I've read the V for Vendettas. I've read the From Hell's, the Watchmen and stuff, and I have given them a go. But for me, it's just I just couldn't. There's not a connection that a lot of people, and if you do have a connection, that's amazing. But I just can't. There's something that's stopping me from engaging with it. Does that make sense?
Can I just say the argument?
Oh, the Swamp Thing. The Swamp Thing actually is better because you don't mind
something. But I would say the one that I think you like is Deer on Quinch, and it's so different from the rest of his style.
Yes, yeah.
I think we like that. Do you remember we bought it? I buy you it?
It was a Mart. Yeah. You got me a Mart. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and also Alan Davis backing that up as well. So
yeah. That's a different thing with a writer, isn't it? The artist can imprint so much. Yeah.
I mean, the other writer that I completely didn't get, and you can't, he who shall not be named, never got it.
Yes,
and
never got it either.
Never got it, and now I'm like, oh well.
Yeah, now my let's not say who it is, but my Sandman issue 1 is now declining in value. Which is
yeah.
To be honest, on the Alan Moore thing, I'm kind of with you on that one. It just doesn't land with me in general. I know he's got some good stuff there, obviously.
I think some of his later stuff was just too self-congratulatory. I Lost Girls I hated.
Yeah,
even just from the concept onwards, I absolutely hated it.
But there was even I've got the Killing Joke and stuff, and I read it and
I love Killing Joke.
I like it, but I was expecting more of a connection that I didn't get. To the point where have you ever had this where you just think, is it me? Is there something I'm not getting? Which I don't think they're necessarily. If for anyone listening, if there's something you just don't get, it's not you. It's just not for you.
Yeah,
it's simply.
Yeah, I like some of the sort of the Necronomicon stuff. I just thought it's nonsense.
And I've got a lot of friends who back in the day were huge Alan Moore fans.
Some of the later League stuff I don't rate.
And Tom, I know there was Tom Strong and stuff like that.
It's fun, but I enjoy the ones that are not written by him as much as the ones that are written by him.
And I never read his Superman. I didn't read any Superman. I haven't got that stuff. I haven't got that knowledge. So
I think maybe
the stuff I tend to like. Sorry, Tony.
Go on, man. No, you go on.
The stuff I tend to like also tends to come with a good artist. So it's sort of maybe for you that particular story is better because Brian Bolland, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. I think maybe because of me, I started with him when he started almost.
Yeah.
Didn't do the sound stuff, but
I know when you were a kid, you bumped into him as well, and he's a nice bloke.
Yeah, and he was super. I repeated that story again to Eamon today about how Critical and I have been fucking atrocious. He should be ashamed of himself being like that to a 13-year-old kid. And then bumping into Alan Moore. I was out of comics. I was going to give it up. Fucking sick of it. If they're going to be like that to me, all my hopes and dreams have been ruined by the man who I love the most. And I walked around the corner and bumped into him and Karen Berger, and he asked me if I was gay. And I will never not thank him for that if I see him. You know what I mean?
That's nice.
But I think because I grew up with his Future Shocks and his Warrior stuff, and then his stuff at DC, and absolutely was thrown into the fast flowing river that was Swamp Thing. With the few friends I had in comics, we'd talk about it constantly. I think maybe from there on, but I've tried to read a couple of his books, and I think he just needs an editor. I don't think you need that many adjectives in a sentence. In all honesty,
I started watching the Masterclass thing on. The BBC did the Masterclass series with him. And I was sorely disappointed that I'd got about 4 or 5 episodes in, and he hadn't actually said anything.
Yeah.
He literally hadn't said anything about how to write comics.
I think because he speaks, and the man who should not be named does this as well, because he speaks to people who are so enraptured and obsessed and in awe of him that he speaks so slowly about things, and he says fuck all. It's like sort of pop psychologists who are sort of saying the bleeding obvious for fucking half an hour.
That's literally what it was.
Yeah.
That's literally what it was.
Yeah. And it's, it is one of those things that you say a name like that to the point of like, oh God, some people are going to kick off.
Oh yeah, we'll get comments on this later about this. I'm certain. Yeah.
But I just want to say to people, don't recommend me stuff to read because I've probably fucking read it. Okay,
he is Alan Moore. We are aware of it.
Yeah, it's like I don't like mushrooms. Oh, but have you had mushrooms on pizza? I don't like mushrooms. That kind of thing.
I think.
But it's not to say I don't. I think the difference that we have on this show, that the social media and stuff, there's a difference between sort of saying I just don't get it, and just sort of saying I don't like the person does
that's
that.
Not what it's saying.
Yeah,
that's not what it's saying.
Yeah,
That's absolutely not what it's saying.
Yeah.
And I think my head's been turned by him a few times in a few different ways. So I think he has the ability to write in different ways, and I do like that. But I'm with you, mate, on probably half of his writing now at this point in his career.
I find that fascinating what you said, Kieran, as well. Like when you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, fucking hell, he worked with Bernie Wrightson. Oh, Alan Davis, and the importance of that pivotal artist to make that writing sing like it does. Do you know what I mean? Because if
when you hear the story of Dave Gibbons just throwing half of Watchmen out, like,
just highlighting the bits he needed really wants.
Yeah.
I mean, hands up if when you reread Watchmen, you read any of the pirate stuff.
No, I don't know.
No. I never read it at the time. Fucking, I hate to admit it, but 14-year-old me was never fucking reading it then either. But there's a self-indulgence in that as well. I know we saw in Lost. I've absolutely atrociously hate. Never mind. Don't get. I fucking viciously hate what Lost Girls. Yeah. The whole theory that they can show violence in comics, but they can't show sex. Not with fucking underage girls. They don't.
Yeah. And I've never got it. When you hear people talking about this and this, and I'm like, no. Yeah. But so that's my one. That's my one.
Yeah, there you go. That film we made was shite as well. I tried to watch it on Prime recently. It's terrible.
Yeah. So, Kieran, have you said yours?
We haven't had yours yet, Kieran.
I haven't, no. So I'm debating which one to say. I've got two written down there. One will get me killed.
I said fucking Alan Moore, mate.
That's true. Well, I'm killed by Tony. I'm killed by Tony.
Yeah.
I go with the first. I'll do the first unfair because a lot of people kind of agree, and it's Jim Lee.
Okay. Yeah. I get that.
I can understand that. Yeah.
I think just as time went on, it just got stiffer for me. And if you look at the
fucking hell, Dan put you up to that. How much you off Dan for saying that?
I rephrase it. It got hard. No, there's no way out.
Yeah.
He grimaced more. Everyone's grimacing, making that face, aren't they?
Yes. And I think the line was drawn at Hush. I don't understand why Hush got loaded.
I don't understand either, mate. Why it's revered. Me and Cliff talk about this quite a lot. Cliff Cumber. I don't know why. It's just like cleavage shot, motorbike wheel shot.
There must be something in there that I don't get because I just don't get it.
Same.
I don't get it.
I think
I can go back and look. Maybe it's because I didn't have that close interaction with Jim Lee across all those X-Men issues. I just kind of read it from a distance, so I wasn't paying attention to it all the time.
That was the death of the X-Men for a long time, as far as I was concerned. I still bought it, but
I've said many times on the show, Jim Lee's responsible for a lot of I fucking loved it, that X-Men stuff, and but at the same time, I completely get that there is a it's obviously such a meticulousness to his line work and stuff, but there's when I see stuff, nothing, and I get emotive when I see that X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
But like you say, Hush onwards, because I enjoyed Hush for what it was when I finally read it, but I've never really, nothing's made me feel anything. Apart from he's done a lot of lines. Yeah, he's done a lot of lines on that.
He can draw a figure, but there's no energy.
Perfect.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's not. He doesn't cartoon.
No.
Yeah.
It's like perfect drawings in every panel, and it's just sort of...
For me, that works in one of my favourite pieces of Jim Lee artwork ever. Was I think it was a variant cover, a Savage Dragon cover he did, where Savage Dragons are like in a sewer, and he's like he's like a cop, and he's sort of like, and that's fucking spectacular. But it's not an entire issue. Do you know what I mean? It would be completely different.
I think maybe when he's doing X-Men, because in X-Men the only characters in it are X-Men, so they're all perfect, they're all muscular, they're all iconic people. But when you go to Gotham City, where's the guy with the big nose and the fat head and the seven years?
Yeah.
Those kind of things. It's a different kind of...
Commissioner Gordon shouldn't have the same jawline as Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I
Batman
think
and Superman are
maybe
the
that's
same,
what it
have
is.
got the same face.
And I think to touch upon your point, Tony, is like Jim Lee had such a specific sort of almost built-in classic style that then there was a house style that so many people copied for decades afterwards, which is why we see like lots of people have the same face shape. Doesn't matter their colour, their creed, their height. They all look the same face. The women all look the same, and that's a Selena Kyle with slightly longer hair is a Lois Lane. It's just it's exactly the same person. Do you know what I mean? That's So I get it.
Before. I know we've had that with Kurt Shakespeare and Kurt Swan, these sort of people.
Yeah.
I know we've had that before, but it's just so resoundingly non-sequential for me. There's no bounce between panels.
Yeah,
it's almost like someone doing this and the next scene. So there's no movement, which is the way our eyes should recognise it between the panels.
It's fascinating.
It doesn't work enough for me.
It's fascinating. I think the characters involved are usually a big part of it as well, because obviously Wildcat's not far removed from his X-Men run, but I felt more reading X-Men than I did reading Wildcats. Do you know what I mean? That separation of I think characters got a lot to play with it as well. And seeing his Batman, I think it's absolutely right to be like, yeah, that's not my Batman. Do you know what I mean? Batman doesn't need so many lines. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't need overly sketched, and that's why sometimes with minor sacrilege as well. There was some later, I think it was Neil Adams stuff that was really a lot of line work and stuff like that. Or if Barry Windsor Smith did a Batman or something, something that's really intricate, it's not really for me. Do you know what I mean?
I think when he did the total line redesign for 52, it was too noodly.
Yeah.
I think there's no need. I remember everyone joking. It looked like Superman had armor on.
Yeah.
And it's just his style one, I think.
Yeah.
Just the seams he draws everywhere and stuff.
Seams. God, do you remember when superheroes started getting seams?
Yeah, we don't need that for a comic, do you? You don't need all that noodling for most comics.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Yeah. That's not a bad little subject. Got us fired up, didn't it?
Can I do the second one then? Do you want me to do the second one?
Please.
Okay.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, go on.
Klaus Janson.
Oh, you bastard.
I know. But I can justify it. I can justify it. My first realization of Klaus Janson, I'd obviously seen him in Daredevil issues without knowing that he was inking whoever he was inking, usually Frank Miller. It was Spider-Man 40, issue 40.
Right.
It was possibly the worst thrown issue I'd ever seen at that point. And I was like, this is unbelievable. And I don't know whether he was doing it on a filler or he had 2 days to do it or whatever it was. But I've still got in the collection, but it's like the most hated book that I've got. And then not long after that, and again, I don't think he had time to do these because I've looked at his stuff and I studied the stuff. I've got his inking books and I know he's a master. But I just can't connect with it because of the.
Is that this Electro one? I just had to look it up. Spider-Man 40 with Electro.
Yes, look at Spider-Man on that cover. Ugh.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Tony's not looking at it. When you see the Spider-Man on the cover, you'll know what I mean. But then,
stick it in the group. Stick it in the chat.
Batman Punisher came out, which he did. The Marvel version, was it? I don't know which one he did. The Batman Punisher, which was drawn by Johnny Lee Jr. and he inked it. And then he did. These are all in the space of like 2 years, I think. The Spawn one, the Spawn Batman. Is it Spawn Batman? Spawn Batman, isn't it? Which he drew War Devil. And again, that was just like, nail in the coffin.
Just, I think at this point, we should brace for impact with the members of the Slack or online who'll go, oh, well, I don't think you understand him enough. Perhaps you should look at this issue. Yes, that's not what we're saying.
It just didn't. And it's primarily that Spider-Man issue 40.
Yeah,
because did it for me.
That's a weird body shape, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think for anyone having some sort of reaction to any names that we've said,
is he drawing that as well as inking it? Sorry to interrupt there.
Well, this is what I don't know. It looks to me. Honestly that no, I think he's just gone straight into the inks. I think this is a 24-hour job or something like that. Because
okay,
wow.
The internals aren't much better than
I
that.
tell you what, you're making a lot of people want to read Spider-Man 40 right now.
Yeah, I probably sales are
Yeah,
going through
so-
the roof. It's good job I've slabbed my copy.
Oh
So, yeah.
dear. Yeah.
There you go.
It's interesting though. I mean, it's all down to individual preference, and there's so many. We could probably name quite a few, and also modern people. There's certainly a lot of modern writers that I just don't get it. Or modern artists or things like that. I bet you thought we were just going to dunk on some obvious ones, didn't you, listeners?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually banned ourselves from mentioning the Rob name, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell you this, no matter what we say, like some of his issues are touch points in my comics reading life. Do you know what I mean? When I was reading stuff, do you know what I mean? So he's done a lot more for me, for my comic book reading than some other people have. So, what can we say? What can we say apart from we can't do feet? Anyway, so or backgrounds, or ink. But seriously, like, keep the conversation going, folks.
Can do TikTok. Good at that.
Oh,
Yeah, he likes that.
and the gram. He loves the gram.
And the gram. He loves
Yeah.
the gram.
But yeah, let us, fire off. Never mind disagreeing with ours, listeners. Let us know yours. And it's not about arguing. It's just sort of saying, I just don't get it. And that's completely fair enough. Hell, there's fucking comic book series that I just don't get that are massive. So, it's like what you like and don't be a dick. I think that's the way we should all be when it comes to comics. And I wonder what Dan Butcher would have said.
I know.
I know.
I was thinking that. He's dodged a bullet, hasn't he?
He's dodged a bullet, hasn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah, and he's pushed you under a bus.
Everywhere I'm looking, it says Klaus drew the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just that figure drawing of Spider-Man, to me, doesn't look like him. But yeah,
I
not
think
a
it
great
was
cover.
I think it was a
100%
rush
on that.
job, or he went straight to inks and didn't do
Yeah.
any layouts.
Yeah. What year was that?
1993 or 4.
Wow.
93, yeah. November
93.
93. Cover dated, so yeah. Yeah.
It's one of those. Is it snowing or is that jizz on the cover? Look it up. Look it up, listeners. Look it up. You go. Electro's having one hell of a day if it's the latter. Although I will say that's the good Electro costume, isn't it? Is that? Yeah.
Yes,
costume,
that's the
that
proper
boy.
one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not just scars
Yeah.
on his face.
Why
with
is that not a
nonsense.
mask that more people have copied? I know
Because
the
it's impossible.
I've got the bow and bust to that character.
Oh, I bet that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah. God.
In reality, he wouldn't be able to turn his head left or right because he'd stab himself both times.
Yeah, it says everywhere I look, it says Klaus on his own.
Tony, actually,
Yeah.
for the listening audience, Tony looks completely perplexed by
Just
this.
sad. Just feel sad.
Oh, don't be sad, Tony. Look.
You
There's
can
lots...
justify it. It's going to be a rush job.
Yeah.
They've
Oh,
asked him to
God,
fill
yeah.
it in, and you know what he was like. He's probably working on about 7 other books at the same time
Yeah.
because he's one of those stalwarts that just give it to Carson
Yeah.
and get it done.
Yeah. There's a lot to be said
Which
about
everybody
professional.
actually says. If you read about him, everyone says that. No,
Yeah.
give it to Klaus. It gets done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good on him.
Oh, dear. Anyway,
Right, need a wee.
that's the signal for having a wee.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
okay.
the
So I'm
Big
making
Trouble in
that
Little China
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be long. 2 secs.
No
Cool.
worries.
Oh, fucking
How
hell.
much at the beginning did you manage to save? I don't know what, because I don't know.
Oh,
what
well,
the breakup was.
keeping all of it. I made I made a note of because it didn't
Even
it cut
Dan's
off at
nab.
nice. Yeah, it cut off nice.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah, it'd be fine. Fine. Yeah, it's fine. And your internet's working all right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems to be fine now.
Oh, good.
Don't know what that was about.
Yeah, Jim Lee, man, I completely get it. Do you know what I mean? I think. I think
It
when we-
sounds stupid you're slagging off the master, but
Yeah,
it's just the way it is.
yeah, but I think when we have these conversations like this, I don't always see it as slagging off because you're like,
Yeah.
I just don't. You know,
Just doesn't land.
You
Yeah,
still
it's an
acknowledge,
opinion.
you know, like I mean, I can't say Alan Moore without acknowledging. Look, he's fucking. I've got books of his on the shelf, but I've just fucking. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. I get that a little bit though when some really wordy comics. Do you know what I mean? I can't.
Yeah.
I can't get into them as much anymore.
I
But
wonder
like-
if reading. I wonder if you've ever printed a copy of Butchman without the pirate stuff in, because I wouldn't. Well, now that would read.
Did it break up the comic, or was it just an added bit? It doesn't really.
Yeah, it was like they were like in the middle of issues and stuff. It was the kid sat on the street reading it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So they cut back to him, and it was supposed to be like the humans, the street level view of
It's
everything
been
that's going
so
on.
fucking long since I've even picked that book up, apart from to move it from one shelf to another when I'm organising. Do you know what I mean?
If anything could be classed as dated, it's that book.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that book. Just from the way it's written and the design of the book,
Yeah.
dated.
Yeah.
It's not like Dark Knight Returns where it's futured.
I think
can
a
get away with
lot
that.
a lot of like some of these books as well that do date, the writing and what they're saying dates as well, because like I'm reading comics that are fucking old and they got old style writing, but there's a rhythm, there's a fun, there's a charm, there's a, you know, sometimes it's real kitsch sort of
Yeah.
stuff which gives it an energy. But when comics went dark, there's no charm to it anymore, so you're just sort of like, fuck me, not only is this dated, but it's like eating porridge without any fucking flavouring in it, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I know there's nutrients in this somewhere, but there's absolutely no
Yeah, but
fucking
there's
flavour.
nothing-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're absolutely spot on as well, man. Like, about the art. That really struck me, that sort of like, yeah, when we talk about his classic runs, he's had Wrightson with him.
But
Yeah,
the
Gibbons.
the best on them.
Bolland. Do you know what I mean? He's had like, and I know these sort of titles made them almost
Yeah.
what they were, but fucking Jesus. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not everyone can be Rob Liefeld though, can they?
No.
What a legend.
Nope.
Our
What a
Lord-
legend.
yeah. Better?
Yeah.
Stay
We've got
hydrated.
we've got a air conditioning unit in the bedroom, and it's fucking marvelous. Oh my god,
Mine's
the best thing in the
Are
world.
they? How much?
Sorry,
How much are they? Because I know they're
£600.
fucking hell.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know. I paid 2 for mine.
right.
£2.
It's about the size of this sort of mini fridge, a bit bigger than that, but somewhere between that and a
Yeah.
washing machine with a big hose you put out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Fucking
thing.
hell. Woke up cold this morning.
It's got like if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, oh, I've got to put the cover on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Anyway, so we'll jump back in with the shouts, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to do a
Shout-outs?
sort of mini review in the shouts because it's not worth
Okay.
recommending.
You right, Kieran? You look...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just getting things ready. Yeah.
Okay then. After all of that fun,
That was a good chat. I enjoyed that. Thanks, Kieran.
Yeah.
It's good, man. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah. We
speak-
vented a bit as well, didn't we?
Yeah,
It's quite
yeah.
Yeah.
always a
Vince
little-
hates Alan Moore. That's all we learned.
good. There's a t-shirt. Fucking get on a rib bubble.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the new one.
Don't talk to me about
I'm
your
a
Jim
comics
Lee.
writer.
Right.
I'm a comics writer, unlike Alan Moore.
Fucking... Right. Okay. What bus timetable did you check to fucking throw me under that one?
Another one coming in a minute.
Anyway, what shout-outs do we have this week, gents?
I have a few. So thanks firstly to Eamon. I won something in his raffle, his Mega City recent raffle. Always keep an eye out at Eamon's socials because he does great raffles for charity. And I won some signed 2000 EDs and a print and some art by Johnny Cannon. It's marvellous. Thank you for everyone who donates to it as well. I think is good as well. Watch this space. You mark your 2027 calendars for the 27th of March. Inkblot have a London venue. They shared with us the other day.
Oh,
Yeah, we are buddies at Inkblot. They've been trying to get a London venue for a while. Do you remember they chatted to us about it when they came on?
yeah.
V? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. Three Planes is the new Kickstarter coming from our buddy John Dudley. I've seen some of the preview pages and it is looking great. It's got a sort of not unlike Immerman style to it. It's that sort of crisp, clean sci-fi superhero kind of stuff. Now, go and find Three Planes on Kickstarter. Sign up for that. Roger Mason, our buddy from the Mice, also recently reached out recently,
Yeah.
mostly just for a chat. It's because he's a good guy. I
Yeah.
like him a lot. He mentioned that DC Thompson have hired him to draw their Commando comics, and he's done two.
Amazing.
One called The Claymore and one called All Who Live Under the Sky. They'll be out soon. He may be in the process of hooking us up with Commando guys, which is quite cool.
Nice.
Go to looksgoodonpaper.co.uk. That's a great name for a website. Looks Good on Paper for Roger's stuff. The Mice is really good. He's working on the next issue of that and really, really pleased with that. Scar Tissue, which we reviewed a few weeks ago from Stephen Fox, is now also live on Kickstarter. Go back that. It's doing really well. I reviewed it. It's a really interesting single father horror revenge thing, but beautiful black and white line work. Really nice. Really good body. I hate the third body horror, but you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Demons. The Cannibals by Tingu, Tinguu, edited by Rob Clough, published by Field Mouse Press, who we recently had. What was the Suicide Machine comic we had recently? With the guest on. What a lovely guy he was. Well, his book's put out by Field Mouse. This is a Yuri vampire horror romance. I looked up Yuri because does anyone here know what it means?
No.
You're a bit of a manga guy, Kieran. No, not up your street. It's probably not up your street. It's a manga about relationships between girls and women, or women and girls and girls. It's not necessarily sexual, or some of it is. A lot of it platonic, a lot of it friendship, a lot of it romance, stuff like that. But this one includes vampires as well. Use of a lot of alienation, predatory behaviour. It's quite graphic, so older readers. It's got a midsection, which is a really interesting midsection here. That sort of explains a lot of the little things that Tingu drops in to the images. It's got a little bit of touch of the webcomic. It uses a lot of dark space. You scrolling, because I read it scrolled on a digital copy, so it'll be different if you're reading it. But it uses a lot of dark space where you think, what's happening here? What's happening here? Oh, here we go. Split into two stories. Their Field Mouse turning into a little place to watch, I think. So look out for The Cannibals by Tingu. There you go. They're my shout-outs.
Nice. Kieran, do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah, I've got a couple, if that's okay. One is Kickstarter Noir City Murders from Dan Harris.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, he's hit his goal, but he's still got 17 days to go.
Yeah.
So a nice bit of push on that would be nice. Also, as Dan's not here, the Same is the Tiger from
A few more days left.
Green Archie Comics. It finishes tomorrow, but don't know exactly. It says it's got 16 hours to go as we're talking right now.
Sunday night,
so
as you listen, play it.
If you listen as it's
they
released,
may well
a lot
have
of
late
people do.
backers. May well have late backers open, but I don't know about that. But so tomorrow. So make sure you get that back. And as Dan's
It's done really well, though,
again,
isn't it, Kieran? It's done really well.
Yeah, it's gone 3. It's smashed the goal, so that's going to be great for them. And Dan.
Yeah.
Looks amazing. And as Dan's not here again, the Doubletree in Hilton sold out for Lawless 2075. So sorry.
Although interestingly, Rebellion have started making murmurings about. Is it
They
the
have.
50th?
So I've got the date in front of me, but it's March next year. 6th to the 7th of March. They're hinting something's going to happen, which we're thinking is the 50th.
They have to do something, don't they?
Oh, mate. Yeah.
It's. I mean, obviously it's June now, so they've got half a year to start churning out.
You can imagine that I
PR.
bent Pat's ear last weekend about this constantly. They have to do something with it.
Yeah.
Surely they have to do something just for finance reasons, because they're going to sell out whatever event they do, and then they're going to issue a special edition comic, which everybody's going to buy.
Oh, I think one of Pat's. Oh, oops. I think Pat's story has been released that he's doing a Hammerstein.
Oh, nice.
So Pat returns to the ABC Warriors.
Wow.
So 500 issues that spans Pat's work on the prog.
Nice.
From just not every issue, but from issue 1 to issue 500.
Yeah.
That's incredible, guys.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. Hopefully, it'll be amazing. That's what we wish, and
Can't wait. I mean, tickets for the last one were about £100, weren't they?
Yeah.
I think so.
Were they?
So
Yeah.
I can see that doubling.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
Yeah. there'll be I mean, if they do a big event for the 40th, fucking 50th's a bigger number, isn't it? That's like that's a shiny chrome cover number. That is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It really is.
It's a free spinner on the front.
Plus,
Eamon bought a lenticular cover on a Fantastic Four comic that we were laughing about. It needs a lenticular cover, doesn't it?
Plus, is it out this year or next year? The Rogue Trooper movie. Is that this?
I think it must be this year because they've had all the preview screenings.
All over the socials, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Our friend pulled somebody's leg off in that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I hope to God that's good. Because I like Rogue Trooper.
Like Rogue Trooper, fucking hell, the funniest panel we've ever done. Like someone drops out a 2000 AD panel, so we do it with me, Vince, and some bloke who's a little bit religious. And we have to do this fucking panel, and they record it and put it as a podcast.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it's almost like sitting down in a mastermind chair for a fucking category you know nothing about.
You go to me.
It's like that guy in the BBC who was just standing there and they brought him on to be like the.
Yeah, he's just like, he was a guest.
No,
I'm the cleaner. It's like Vince was looking at me, what are we going to do? I said, Vince, we're going to style it out. Don't worry, we're just going to
style it out.
We should do that more.
Yeah, totally.
Randomly jump onto panels and talk about things we don't know about.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if people like us can do something for 500 episodes of this thing, then fucking Rebellion should do something for fucking 50 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know. Do you reckon they can use the same pub though?
If they want, we know a pub in Bloomsbury we can tell them about.
Yeah, lovely. So
that was a good trip, wasn't it, Kieran? I walked past the pub the other day.
Yeah, I saw the photo.
Yeah.
Saw the photo. Good
nice.
trip. Good trip.
Nice. Speaking of good things, comics. We need. God, blimey, we're having so much fun. We've got to wrap this up.
Oh yeah.
Time to recommend some comics to you, lovely people. And guest goes first. I say guest. He's actually he's one of the hosts this week. Yeah. But Kieran, what are you going to recommend?
Conspiracies with Daniel Butcher.
I'm gonna. How did you get? I'm gonna go with this.
Right. Oh my God.
Right.
Yes.
Brilliant for.
Good man.
I tell you what, and I will say, guys, just to echo this is brilliant for an audio medium that they're fucking lifting up things that no one can fucking see.
Probably say the name of it as well.
Rising Stars from Top Cow by J. Michael Straszinski.
I have not read that for probably 2 decades. I've got the.
I'm just looking for the novels. I've got the novels that I read as well. Yeah.
But the reason I wanted to recommend it was not because it's good or bad or whatnot. I just thought because of the Slack community that we're in, it's just rammed full of creators, that those people who haven't read this book, it's a great opportunity to see how a seasoned writer creates a whole universe and story in one enclosed space.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, I didn't know about this until after I'd read this, and I sort of looked up Straszinski. That Babylon 5 is whatever it is, 7-8 seasons. It was planned out before they even started. That's what it was going to be.
I read his autobiography, mate. If you want to read a really good autobiography, read his.
Really?
What he went through in his life, you would not believe. There's a big revelation in it, and it's fucking amazing. Yeah. Well, he's making big noises about being the next Doctor. He's saying, I'll do it. I'll be the new Doctor Who showrunner. I'll do it. Because he lives in the UK now.
Oh, does he?
Does he?
Yeah.
That would be amazing. But this story is basically like the
Highlander for comics
of like a superhero universe. At the beginning they all get the powers, and at the end it ends.
Yeah.
And it's everything that goes in between, good, bad. Some become heroes, some become villains, some don't do anything.
This was pre TV show Heroes. Was that fucking influenced by this massively?
I think it must have been, yeah. It's not an original story, Rising Stars. It's basically Highlander for superheroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so well written. JMS knows.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that it's good or bad. It's the way it's done.
Yeah, exactly.
That for anyone.
Because the artwork, I remember the artwork was very sort of mid to late 90s sort of image kind of artwork.
Not all of it. I mean, Gary Frank does this one. Nice. So it's really nice.
I can't see that page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a couple of spin-offs as well, weren't there? There was the policeman character who was sort of invulnerable. They did a spin-off with him. There was a couple.
Yeah. And it was another one of those ones that was all over Wizard at the time. Fucking, they loved it, didn't
totally.
they? Yeah.
If you can, mate, pick up the novels. Really, you get a little more of an insight into the character. You know the main character, who everyone thinks his power is that he can't be seen on camera.
Yes.
But it turns into more, doesn't it? It plays with him a bit more in the novels. Really
that spin-off that you lifted up, then I know there's like 3 or 4 of them which I haven't read. What does he have anything to do with them, or
JMS or the main character? JMS, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's Visitations that you lifted up.
Yeah, I held it up. Yeah, I think so. I think it's certainly credited on the front. Yeah. I think this is all just little short. Jason Starr writes some of it. Actually, I'm a fan of Jason Starr's novels actually. But it's some lovely Gary Frank artwork in it.
Nice,
really good. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't necessary. I picked it up because it was just him, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I absolutely love that series, man. The art does come and go.
Yeah, there's like about 5 or 6 people working on it, isn't there?
Yeah, but it's a strong narrative.
And
as a superhero dies, their sort of energy goes somewhere else to the person killing them quite a lot of the time. It's a bit like that Highlander vibe. And there's only a limited number from the event, aren't there, who are superheroes?
Yes, it's like 113, I think it is.
It opens with the bloke who's invulnerable, but because nothing affects him, he's putting on weight from eating, and they kill him by going through his mouth. Do you remember that's the first killing? Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Sorry. Yeah.
Fun.
A little bit of 7 there as well.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what he wrote. Actually, he wrote the movie Changeling, which is Angelina Jolie and Clint Eastwood, which I think got a nomination.
Did he write that?
JMS. Yeah. He's written. You'd be surprised what he's written.
He's written a lot.
He-Man. Wrote a load of He-Man.
Sense8,
I think, was something he wrote, which is on Netflix.
Yeah, that was the Wachowskis as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. He's friends with them.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Nice.
Sorry, Kieran.
That's a hell of a one. Yeah. Do you have another one?
I was going to say, because he's not here and he never blows his own trumpet, I would recommend that everyone goes and reads Vanguard, because he's coming up to his last issue.
Yeah.
And if you haven't caught up to it, you need to catch up to it, because it's amazing.
The thing is with Dan, he's a victim of his own popularity, that he keeps being hired to do work.
Yeah.
And I know he's just itching to finish it, isn't he?
Yes. I mean, he said he's got the story written for a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So
he knows the ending.
He just wants to get it done.
Yeah.
He's definitely... I think Viper is going to be finished in the next 2 weeks, I think.
Nice.
He's something like that, but he's obviously working on the Saints as well, so July should be a good release date for him.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Bloody hell, we got more information out of you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And I didn't drop any C-bombs.
No, you didn't.
No. Dan's always texting us things about the crankies during calls.
Yeah. I've got enough editing to do at the moment anyway, so be quite...
You've got quite a lot.
Yeah. Anyway, Tony, what's your
Vince.
If I do a quickie, then I'll finish up on one that's quite different.
Yes.
I'm just going to say I ranted to you two about it. XMen Elsewhen, John Byrne. He has some other people helping him, but in a world where the X-Men at the moment is almost the worst it's ever been, John Byrne coming back and dropping a colorized version of the strip that he was putting out on his website for years for free in a lovely hardback just made my Friday night. It was just amazing. I sat there and read it all, and I'm reading it again now, and there's just something about his artwork. He'll always be one of my favourites that just brings back that period. Even just the way he draws Cyclops, for example, it just comes back to me.
Does it follow on from what he was doing, or is it just like a random story?
Yeah, with his, I won't spoil it. It does. It follows on from a certain point in his run with stuff he thinks should have happened.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I won't ruin it.
Yeah.
But the Sentinels are in it. Oh, it's so good. Fantastic Four, Captain America's in it. He's just doing what he likes. It was all free.
What was his output on that? Because the guy's a machine anyway. He writes, draws, inks.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's called itself Volume 1, so I'm not sure. I think there's more to come.
Really? Okay. So he's still going?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Man, that's amazing.
Ignore all the bullshit online about him. He took steps forward in relations to diversity and stuff that nobody else did at the time. And he may be a grumpy old fucker, but this is great. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. There you go. That's my first one.
Nice. I'm going to jump in with one that I read on Global recently called Durin. This is from Turner Mohan and Sergio Artigas. If you think, Durin, isn't that a dwarf from Lord of the Rings? Well, yes.
You'd be a nerd.
Yeah, you'd be a massive nerd. Whatever. Yeah, not like us. No, but this is... well, I mean, I read this. This is available free on the Global Comics one. It's sort of one issue that is 52 pages. I just saw it. I thought it looked quite interesting about a sort of what seems to be like a caveman-like dwarf and their sort of adventures. They're just sort of travelling through the world. What caught me as soon as I started reading it is this is another one of those classic silent issues.
Who's published this, mate? Sorry.
This is self sort of published. This is what I need. I want to find out more about this. The person that uploaded it is Mentat0209.
June, baby. Back to June. He's a Mentat. Has he got like red lips?
Those ones with the red lips.
This must be that must be Turner Mohan's. Yeah, that must be Turner Mohan's name. In the description,
Mother Mohan.
In the description, rather than like a big synopsis of like a title, it says this: I started this project about 10 years ago with my good friend Sergio Artigas, and from 2017 to 2020 we worked together on this book, the first of a planned 7-issue comic series about the life of Durin the Deathless, the first king of the dwarves. And then he talks.
There's been other kings.
Someone else has joined the team. And they're looking forward to continuing the story. Read or download the first issue completely free. No ads, no viruses, no bullshit. Turner Mohan. So look up that name and see this issue because it's got a real. It seems like a caveman story at the beginning because there's this dwarf that's got like dreads and there's just the storytelling. You know, you see seasons change and you see the colours like from like winters to the warmth of fires to that sort of that classical dwarven script and the way that the dwarven sort of illustrations and stuff go through it. And then as he's in a cave at one point and he's making these markings in the stone. And then as he's sleeping, like there's this dream where you see those sort of markings, but they're all glowing. The colour works brilliant. It's sort of warm and glowing. There is a on DeviantArt. Remember DeviantArt? I say remember it. It's still here. The issue is all there. I've just discovered that like Turner Mohan on DeviantArt is you can read this entire issue on DeviantArt as well. It's got the same synopsis, and there seems to be more work there that I'm going to check out because I was so taken by this. It feels like some of the parts of this book feels very European. You know, sometimes when you see these wonderful sort of bande dessinées that are just you know telling a story in a certain way, and there's a point where he's naked, and like you know he's going through this cold climate. And he comes across that like there's something falls off a snowy mountain, and then when he goes to check it out, and like he's starving, and there's like this huge ram that's sort of fallen down, and it's clearly like broken and dying. And you see him, he thinks about it, and he's sort of checking the dirt, and then you see him approach the ram with a big rock in his hands, and you know this goat is sort of screaming out. And there's just a wonderful panel of a close-up of a goat's eye, which is a weird thing to look at anyway, isn't it? A goat's eye. But it's that classic, we can see the reflection, a shadow of someone just lifting up a rock. That's all you see. But it's such a brilliant panel of, you know, you don't need to see any more of that, but it just says it all. I was really taken by this, so I need to find out more about it. It's a beautiful
book. I'm looking at it now. Yeah. It's definitely Lord of the Rings. It's a Lord of the Rings story.
Is that what it is? Like a back tail of it?
Yeah, because well, I just had a quick Wikipedia look, and Durin's the first king. But if you go to the last page of the book, you'll see that they talk about Lord of the Rings there.
Oh, okay.
Turner Mohan's credits.
Oh yes, he's an illustrator. Yeah. In the back matter. Yeah. Oh, I knew he'd like illustrated stuff about Lord of the Rings. I didn't know if it was a general sort of tie-in, but
yeah, it is.
Yeah. But for a tie, it's something unique and
beautiful.
Different. Like it's definitely, you know, I hope that they keep making more of this. There's clearly a labour of love gone into it. So look into it because it's got this wonderful style, and it's a quick read and yet not a quick read because you'll just look at the panels and you'll just
every panel looks amazing.
Yeah. So
Really
definitely
nice.
check it out. Tony, from Naked Dwarves in the Snow to
Here we go. Right, I'm going to review a book called Periodical. I'd like to add a number of disclaimers at the start of this. Let me make it clear immediately that I'm not in any way qualified to comment on any of the specifics or anything really to do with this comic. It may surprise you to learn when you learn about what this is about that I've never had one of these, but it was sent to me by one of the creators, who's a friend of mine, asked me to review it, so that's what I'm doing. It's an all-female anthology, unsurprisingly, which is unflinchingly honest about periods. Thus the title, Periodicals.
Yeah.
Which I've got a feeling, I'm just trying to remember what it said in the email, but I think it said something like, the name of that was a sort of, they were like laughing over the fact that they should call it that.
I think that's a fantastic fucking title, to be honest. So, considering
that's,
I think that's
definitely come from a number of drunk people discussing it.
That's a great title. That's absolutely a great title.
Contributors Rachael, Chi Hasaka, Noir C. Murphy, Jenny Robbins. You'll recognise some of these names: Rebecca Lightbody, Laura Callahan, Emily Maher, and Hannah Lee Miller. 9 stories, all in very short. The covers by Rebecca Lightbody and shows tampon. This was a learning curve for me, this comic. Tampons, Tampaxes, and a moon cup. Nope, me neither. For those wondering, alongside some images of reddened, bloodied underwear, and little gags about the polite nicknames for things like that. So there's a roller that you would paint a wall with, and it's the phrase got the painters in? Is that the fucking phrase?
Yeah.
So it's a little gag on that. So it's not without humour, this book.
Yeah.
Which makes it look more readable for me, I suppose.
Yeah.
Showing massive comics nepotism here. My favourite strip was Rachel's, a coming of age strip. And there's clear reasoning in this. You can see she's evolved a bit, actually, Rachael. She's ever changing. This is, I think, lyrical, bouncy, friendly, humorous in a way, affectionate in a way, and it's just about her getting her period as a young girl at a camp and not really knowing what to do and being helped by a friend who, it's just, listen, fuck me, this don't feel right, me talking about this, in all honesty.
But
I'm talking about it from my point of view.
I think books, should be, books like this can also be important because obviously we don't know what it's like, but that's the point of some, literature or whatever, to give you a perspective of certain things, isn't it?
As we've always said on this show, I admire anything that's autobiographical. I admire it if it's honest.
Yeah.
Some things are painted over with a brush of how they want you to think about them.
Yeah.
This does not do this, which I admire.
Yeah.
And it's something that Rachael and some of the other creators in this have done previously.
Yeah.
And I think if you're
it's
going
also
to
one of those things that it's one of those things that sometimes, like in the grand public scheme, people is squeamish or they don't want to talk about it. It's like, but life happens. Do you know what I mean? It's like someone who's got like something else that we got to talk about these things. Sometimes.
Yeah, those things that people don't talk about. They've put it in there so we can understand.
Sometimes is there a reason for that though?
No, but they're seeing it as it's a joke between them that they probably never say, and then they put it on paper and someone goes, "Oh my god, that happened to me as well."
Yeah,
this won't be a big
that kind of thing.
I've no doubt in my mind that this will not sell in the thousands.
Yeah,
but it will sell to some people who go, "Oh yeah, I know what you mean." It's quite graphic in places, not super graphic, but I learned a few things. There's a blobography, which is the art of reading redness in underwear. That's I don't know how to put it otherwise.
Do you know what? I tell you what, this is one of my favourite books of the year, just because of the faces he's pulling.
Look, it wouldn't normally be my place, but Rachel's asked me to review it, and as we are professionals on this podcast, who don't get paid, I don't think we're really professionals. But there's a couple of stories in it that I think, if I had a small niggle, there's that easy option of they've decided to do this comic about periods, and there's a couple of stories in there that are people at the equivalent of, it's not exactly this, but the equivalent of sitting at a dinner party and discussing making a comic about periods, which to me is the easy option. Do something that's got a bit more to it than that, I think. It's like us doing a comic about podcasts, and a couple of us here doing a couple of stories about sitting around thinking what we're going to do with the podcast. It's a circular argument. Find something else, but in the most part, it's well made.
I mean, it's an anthology as well, isn't it? So anthologies are always, no matter what they are, they're always going to be. You like something
good and bad. It's very rare you'll get all killer.
Yeah, and completely subjective. Absolutely completely subjective, isn't it? Like what's good from person to person. Some people might like one story, some people might like another.
I get what Tony's saying. There's that. The book's supposed to be the anecdotes of what they've gone through.
Yeah.
But some of the stories are sat at a table telling people about the anecdotes that they went through.
Telling them about
the anecdotes.
It's almost like, what am I going to put in this comic then?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And I'm like, that's too easy an option.
Yeah.
For me. So it's on sale at Arc, which is coming up on the 11th of July, coming up soon. Watch this space. We'll probably talk about that maybe next week, but strangers are at it selling some stuff. Falpy's going to be running their table. It's also on sale at the 18th of July at the Illustrators Fair at King's Cross, which I know Rachel's a regular at. I've seen her at that before. And the 19th of July, which is the following day, at the South London Zine Fair in South Norwood. So it's going to be sale there. Sorry, mate?
What's the art like in the book? Good.
Different. Just all different. Some
styles. Okay.
Some more realised styles than others, I'm going to say. And they throw in little single-page images that are little gags as well, which are kind of... I don't have to keep it. No, I'm not saying that. Unless Anthony didn't have to put himself through it for every single page, in all honesty. But, that's probably all I'm going to talk about having periods on the show for at least a few months.
Okay, mark your calendars. June the 28th is when he said that.
Periodicals issue 2 is due this time next
Wait
year.
until he finds out what the topic is for 584.
But Rachel's got such a personality to her comics that and she's the opening story. You go, I get it. It's anyway.
Yeah.
Good. It's called Periodicals. Go to Arc, go to the Illustrators Fair, and go to South London Zine Fair. I know Gareth Brooks is part of the organiser of that. He's our buddy. Go and do that. And Tom from Gosh is part of the organisers of Arc.
Nice.
So Nate McGonagall's going to be at Arc. So go and see everyone at that.
Nice.
Good. There you go, guys.
Nice. There you go. What a jamboree of a show it's been this week, and a lot of fun. And we hope you have enjoyed it. We've talked about everything, from the fun to the things that make Tony uncomfortable.
Are you going to be able to edit this down?
What's that, mate?
It's like nearly 3 hours.
Oh, don't worry. It's a lot
Simon
shorter.
said the same when he was on recently.
I assume I'm just getting cut out.
Completely.
Okay.
But if there's anything you want us to talk about on a future show, please do get in touch. Several different ways you can do it. You can email us awesomecomicspod@gmail.com. Follow us on social media at awesomecomicspod on Insta, at the awesomepod on X. You can follow us on Substack at, just search for the Awesome Comics Podcast. If you listen to us on Substack, thank you very much. Stay tuned. There's
We're
artwork.
Enjoying the Substack stuff, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're enjoying it. Yeah.
So, please do listen to the show, rate us, get the word out about it. Whether you listened on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Stitcher, Podknife. I'm scared to ask, but Tony, what other networks are we on?
Pod Scatters.
Nice.
I saw that post you put on. That was
Who makes a trading card line and calls them back scatters? Which you, Vince, said is when you shit your pants and it goes up your back.
I'm not gonna lie.
What was funny?
I laughed to myself when I said it.
No, 5 minutes earlier, I'd seen an Instagram video funny thing where the guy had tried to play a joke on his mate where he'd fart on his face while he was asleep.
Oh,
he followed through.
Don't. Oh my god.
Which is the reason I never share a room with Dan.
Yeah. Oh god. That's sort of high quality content you get on this show. But if you want to support us, go to acpgear.redbubble.com. Buy a shirt, buy a magnet, buy a mug.
Buy a mug. Yeah,
buy a mug. Yeah.
There'll be a new Alan Moore t-shirt out next week.
Yeah. Fucking hell, Kieran. But where can people...
Your name, Alan? Get in the sea.
Get in the sea. Where can people find us online, etc.? Tony?
neverhidanything.com or Tony EZ on Substack.
Nice. Kieran, where can they find you and your work?
Kegel Doodles everywhere. Substack, Insta, wherever else.
Amazing.
Are you getting that thing on Substack where you can... I think you are. I think I did it on yours. It's like you can get a voice to read your Substack to you. And with
That's
your
on
current novel,
every post, but I put on the story thing I'm publishing. I've got my brother's doing the audio for me, so that's appearing underneath the thing. But normally, right. I think at the top of every post, there's a play button on there.
That's what I've tried. It's actually not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
nice.
Sorry.
Nice. Wow. So much you learn on this show. And did I say where you can follow me?
No.
I'm not sure.
No.
Well, if you want to follow me, don't hang around outside my house. Just go to social media at Jesse Diablo. And from all of us here at the ACP, Tony, Kieran, and myself, and Dan will be back next week, hopefully. Hopefully hydrated and looking lovely as always for this audio show. But wherever you are in the world, we hope you're happy, healthy, doing well, no matter what the weather is in your part of the world, no matter what it's like in your part of the world. We hope you're reading comics that sort of you enjoy, making comics that you love making. And just in general, we hope you're doing okay, because you listen to this show, so that means you're awesome. Speaking of which, there's something else that they should do. What should they do, guys?
Stay awesome.
Stay scatters.
Oh, you filth wizard. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.